So, what did we do last week? We had a sophisticated secret raid on Mr. Meadham's private estate, which went without any hitches at all.
At least there's no one to speak of them.
No, the witnesses and the witnesses of the witnesses are no more. But we did, yeah, so what did we learn at the Meadham estate?
That we shouldn't make plans and just go with it. We have to literally research better and read.
Well, I
read letters.
What I learned at the Meadham estate is that we shouldn't have been there.
That was definitely.
I think maybe there's a time at which we were meant to be at the Meadham estate. Which
so we save time.
Explain everything that we saw there, but we don't have enough knowledge to understand it. And
they were still building the set.
My questions are kind of like, they built the estate around the temple to protect the temple because it couldn't move, or they kind of moved there because the temple was there and they're also worshiping there. Like, I don't know which side they're on, really. And then I don't know which side I'm on. But a lot of snake motifs that maybe, if we think about it, that we're outside of the temple and not part of the temple, might give us clues as to where the Meadham's leanings are, unless he was just infiltrated. Basically, we know nothing more than we knew before going there and have a whole bunch of more
questions. Well, you seem to know far more than we did, because,
Well, I saw the mosaic.
I never even saw the temple.
No, you
fell into it.
You ran away. You ran away and left us after he got stuck on a fence.
It was kind of a heroic sticking on the fence, like Steve McQueen in The Great Escape.
Well, you'd like to think that. I had different ideas. At the back of his trousers. He was hanging by his pants, hanging off his...
I mean, I was thinking more Steve McQueen, definitely, yeah. But then if that was Steve McQueen, he would have looked cool as well if he was hanging by his pants, because Steve McQueen was cool.
You right there? You have a little Steve McQueen moment?
I like Steve McQueen.
Yeah, really?
He was cool.
Okay,
I'm done now.
Steve McQueen. That's what we've learned. Steve McQueen is cool.
Can we start again? Because I've got to edit that out now.
You know what? I'll stop the recording and I'll start it again.
Perfect. Yeah.
So apart from Steve McQueen being obviously cool, too cool to be have any right, he has any right to be, the Meadham house was essentially empty. Yeah, kind of mothballed. So the temple was housed in a guest house, what looked like a guest house on the outside. And your little ruse that got you inside sort of lasted so long before all hell broke loose. You did manage to escape eventually, after dismantling the car, one of the cars.
I mended it.
Yeah,
well,
in reverse. But yeah, so you eventually managed to...
Into any unnecessary components.
Yes, like the ignition. But yeah, somehow you managed to escape and get back to New York, where you chilled out, relaxed, recovered in. I don't know. I think you went to the hospital. Did you go to the hospital first?
We did go to the hospital.
You went to the hospital first. How could we forget? Since some of you were in a bit of a bad way. But yeah, eventually you eventually ended up at Randy's penthouse fortress of solitude. Where you recovered, everybody went to sleep, and I think, just skipping ahead, might as well, why not? You were all awoken the next morning by the sound of
police.
You don't know what.
By the sound of Jamie screaming the place down.
That was genuinely terrifying.
Oh my god! 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 You ever see this? Oh my god! Oh my god!
What is it? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
So as you as you were startled awake by the
I'm
by
sleeping
the
here.
dulcet tones of Jamie, you also realise that that Vinny is not there.
Ooh.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I left.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't even remember. Yeah, so no, yeah, so his bed, so his bed is empty, or the mattress, or the floor, or wherever it was he was sleeping. Yeah, he's not there.
And he didn't even make the bed when he left.
No.
don't worry, guys. He'll be back. His 12 wallets are still here.
He's probably going to get coffee. Look at my hand, everybody.
What's going on? What?
Yeah. Why are you screaming? What? Are you well?
How is that possible? You're regrowing fingers. That's horrible.
So yeah, on the stub, on the reddened, swollen-looking stub of Jamie's hand, there are 5 little vestigial, scaly fingertips.
That's just gross.
Like,
Stubbies.
Yeah. It's
maybe about just shy of an inch long each.
Can you move them?
Yes.
Look, they're waving at me.
But they're scaly.
Oh,
my
thank
God.
God, I'm still asleep after all. I can't wait to tell everybody this dream when I wake up. I dreamt that Jamie's fingers were growing back.
Yeah, the fingers going back's the cool bit. The scaly bit, not so cool. They're like, look, it's like that skin of those thingies we saw in the jungle.
It might be something to do with the procedure.
What procedure?
To make you better?
Procedure?
What procedure?
The treatment for the Yellow Death.
Well, wait. What about your parentage? What do you know about your mother and father?
They weren't lizards.
Ah, okay.
See, what? Wait, sorry. Can we just go back to this treatment for the yellow fever? What? Anyone that had treatment for yellow fever is now going to have small, tiny, digity, wizardy,
What? Yeah. What
scaly
do you
hands.
Treatment. I wasn't aware.
I had treatment. I don't remember having treatment.
What?
Yeah. It was when you were very, very ill. They took you away. They spoke to.
I didn't give consent. I would have given consent.
Wait.
To turn into a lizard.
How come you didn't tell us about this before?
I didn't know.
Not you.
Oh, not me. Oh, okay.
Karina, Alfie.
It was a busy day. We did mention it that we said that we'd hope we'd done the best, and we asked you how things were and whether you.
They were fine until I grew lizard fingers.
Oh well, we kind of thought that they'd explained everything to you. I mean, we only agreed because it would save your life.
Did I not say that it was not safe to go in that place? Did I not try and persuade everybody not to go in that place?
You'd be dead.
Jamie, if you'd have left, then half of the city would probably be infected with the Yellow Death by now. And you would be dead.
Well, that's what they told us. And I wouldn't have these. I think we should chop them off.
Do you really think that's the best idea right now?
Would you want any kind of this on you? Would you want scaly, lizardy skin things?
Creating more damage that needs to be healed might not be the best solution. Don't you think?
What? No, I'd rather have a stub than this.
But that's
How am I going to hide this?
I think I have a left-handed mitten here somewhere. I I kind of collect odd pairs. Maybe you could just wear one of those.
I'm not there, Ange, but see if you cut it off, it's going to grow back again.
I don't know that.
You don't, but I do.
I'm more interested in why Randall collects odd mittens.
Well,
I mean, he's got to have a hobby.
because they're one of a kind.
Species.
Is that why your wife tried to stab you? No.
Okay, so let's turn the tails on this. How would you all feel if you had scaly skin lizard things on your body? You'd try and take it off, yeah? So we need to get...
Well, some of us aren't quite so fortunate, are we?
What, to have scaly fingers?
Maybe the people who did this to you should be the ones to explain it to us.
Which I thought is what they would have done.
Yeah, they should have explained it to you. They explained it to us to give us an informed decision.
What?
Jake, did you have any treatment?
No, Jake's not here.
I wasn't there when.
Jake is here.
Randy.
Randy.
You've got characters, Ange.
I didn't know anything about that. I wasn't told.
Randall wasn't infected.
No.
He wasn't sick.
You were actually really lucky, and
the vaccine actually worked for Randall.
Yeah.
But it didn't work for you and Vinny, and you were both very ill.
So is that where Vinny is now? Is he going out to find some rats or rodents to eat?
No.
Oh.
I don't know where he is. I mean, I don't remember hearing him leave.
He probably slithered out. He's probably a snake.
I'm pretty sure he went to visit his special someone,
Yeah, I mean, he was hurt pretty bad, but I don't think he had his arms and his legs removed.
Well, what?
To Alfie at this point, and just I don't think, what do we actually say? How do we explain this?
I think Randall's right. I thought they would have explained it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you feel we did the wrong thing, Jamie, but we were trying to save your life.
Yeah, but they're saving my life, and then there's making me. I mean, this has just started with my hand. It could spread up my arm. I could become one of those lizard things.
I mean, it's healing you, which is not ideal. That yes, it's unattractive, but it's you have fingers or finger-like things growing out of your stub
that look like snakes. How am I going to pass that off?
You wear a glove. I think it's premature to make a decision at this point. There are still ways that we can hide this. I mean, if we're assuming that this is the beginning of you turning into a lizard person.
You're not turning into a lizard person.
No,
Jamie.
I know I'm not, but I'm talking.
How do you know that,
Jamie?
Because it's a lot more.
Yeah.
What?
I think it might be best. Maybe we should wait for Vinny.
Well, that sounds like a delay tactic.
No, do you
so
know
I'm
something?
okay.
Tell me what you know. How do you know I'm not going to turn into a lizard person?
This procedure was done on Vinny as well. I think I don't want this conversation twice.
But Vinny might be a snake now.
He's not.
How do you know? He's not here.
So wait, are you saying that
just
this
turned into a
procedure has
snake.
only a 50% rate of success?
No,
Okay.
it has given you. How can I put this? A heightened
Superpowers. No.
healing. It's giving you more healing ability. So your arm is growing back. That's a good thing?
Okay, so who told you this?
The dude with the name.
Oh, what? The people that work for the ever-trusting Caduceus.
Good description, Tony.
Thanks for describing Just about anybody in the world.
I think what we have here is a don't ask, don't tell situation.
Do you mean Shapiro? Or
No, he's dead.
It was the doctor.
If he'd have said it, I'd have been a bit more concerned.
What does,
I'd have slapped him with my creepy fingers.
Megan.
Oh.
Medium. That's it.
No.
No, it was a little. It was the doctor in the facility.
But we
spoke
might
to
be
us
able
too.
to use this. If
I'm not here anyway.
you are turning into, you may have a unique insight into the coming days ahead and the people we need to deal with. Maybe they'll sense you as one of them, and that could open doors for us.
I really don't know why you lot are taking this all so calmly. I have scaly fingers growing out. And yeah, it's great. I wanted to have my arm back, but I lost my arm and now I've got these weird, creepy fingers.
First of all, it's only 5 1-inch little stubs. We don't know what's going to happen. Maybe it's just like a covering. I mean, babies are born with this stuff all over them. Maybe it's just like, I don't know, placenta or something.
It's going to fall off like an umbilical cord.
Wow, you're not helping right now. That's not helping. That's
a hell of a description.
I've got placentas on my fingers.
Would you like to go into the washroom to see if anything else has changed?
Sorry.
I just got the implications of that.
Oh my god.
We'd just like to point out this is an over 18 stream. If you are younger than 18 years of age, then you should probably turn off. No, just turn the sound down.
Yeah,
Stay with us. Just turn the sound down.
Turn the sound down.
I think I kind of want to make a sanity roll after seeing this, perhaps, but
I think we all need to make a sanity fingers.
Oh, no.
need to make sure.
Sanity fingers. God, you're obsessed, woman.
Oh, God.
Did I say sanity fingers?
You did it.
That's the thing. That's the thing now.
Yep.
I'm going to write a game tomorrow that's going to have sanity fingers in it.
Like salad fingers.
Sanity fingers.
Oh, God, no. No.
Sanity
I've
fingers.
not thought about that in a while. Okay.
Yeah, you can make a sanity roll, I think. Ange, that'd be cool.
Aye.
Fine.
Me too.
I think you should all make them. I mean,
Why would we make one? We make the decision for you.
I'm imagining
We
my
were expecting
fingers.
it.
Like Deadpool. Like when Deadpool grew his little hand. That's how I'm imagining my hand is looking right now.
Yeah,
Except scaly.
Something
and
like
reptilian.
that, yeah. Something
green.
like that, yeah.
Aye. Roll sanity.
You've already done the sanity roll, though, so
Oh, good.
you did it. You did it. And it's not going to be. Oh, okay. We're going again.
Oh, did I already? I'll take that one. I won't. Did I pass it last time?
She failed, Phil.
That's fine.
No, I might
It's on the
have
screen
passed
right now.
last
She
time.
failed.
I'm not.
No, he said I passed it last time, so I'm fine with
He
it.
failed this time.
I'm fine with it. I'm just angry about having Deadpool fingers.
Yeah, so you got the sanity. That's why you woke up screaming, if you remember.
Okay,
Yeah.
done it. I failed it last time as well.
Yeah.
That sucks.
You did, yeah, I think so. Yeah. Okay, so meanwhile,
Back at the bench.
back on the steps,
I might have to
Vinny,
take.
you wake up in the cold, shivering in the cold. It takes a moment for you to realise where you are, but you find yourself on the stone steps of the tenement building where Molly and her father live.
Just like come to from a blackout to sudden consciousness. And it's cold and wet.
It's cold, your clothes are wet and smell, got this horrible, musky, reptilian smell.
I'm gonna get a taxi home, change my clothes, and then get a taxi back to Randy's.
Okay. Okay, so...
I've got no memory of being at Molly's.
Sorry?
I've got no memory of being there and what happened.
No. Oh, you remember your dream, yeah.
Yeah, I remember the dream.
Yeah. But you've no idea how he got here. You don't remember leaving Randy's apartment. You don't remember how he got here. All you remember is the dream, which is crystal clear.
Okay, taxi home, change clothes, taxi back to Randy's.
Okay. So where how are you going to get a taxi? Where are you going to get a taxi from? You're just going to look for a round. It's early in the morning. Looking at your watch, it is not quite 7 a.m.
It's New York City. It's pretty easy to get a taxi just about anywhere, isn't it?
Yeah. Give us a look roll then. Probably pretty, like I said, probably pretty easy.
In New York, are you having
it's probably pretty easy. Well, you should be. Most people have no problem with a simple look roll.
There you go.
There you go. Look, see.
What's up, a taxi? I'm Vinny Lazara.
You rustle up a taxi as the taxi pulls up at the side of the sidewalk. You hear a voice behind you. It says, "Hey, Vinny, what are you doing here?"
Who is it?
It is Molly's father, Frank.
Oh, Frank.
He says, "Man, come in."
All right, I'll tell the taxi to wait. Just wait 10 minutes.
He says, "Get out of here. And he waves the taxi off. You come in.
Right, okay, I'll go in.
So he just like puts his arm around your shoulder and heard you inside. He says, "What are you doing out here?"
I was just...
As he's leading you upstairs to the squalid tenement.
I was in the neighbourhood and I thought about visiting Frank, but then I thought it was just about maybe too early in the morning and I had second thoughts. I was about to go again. How are you keeping, Frank? You okay?
It's never too early for Vincent Vinny Lazara. Says, I'm good, and thanks in no small part to you, Vinny. It's I wanted to thank you for what you've done, for everything you've done. The money is that you paid off a big chunk of my debts. I owe you big time.
Well, hopefully it should keep the wheels from your door a little bit longer.
Yeah, hopefully so. And I'm really, as he's unlocking the door to the apartment, I'm so glad you and Molly have patched things up. It really got me right here when things turned sour for you two.
Well, I love Molly, and there's the only reason I'm helping a bum like you, Frank. You know that.
Yeah. And he kind of elbows you in the ridge. He says, come on, Molly just making breakfast. Molly, get up, make some breakfast.
Oh, Frank, you don't need to do that.
No. He pushes you into you don't turn down my hospitality.
Sure, Frank, sure.
Right, see, Molly kind of appears and she smiles. Vinny, what's going on? What are you doing here?
I was passing by, Molly. I thought about visiting, and it was too early.
Fine, don't ask the man questions. You get in that kitchen, Molly, and cook us up some breakfast.
Wow.
So, Vinny, you come and sit with me. He says, "So how are you doing?" You tell me everything. I take it things are taking a turn for the better. Yeah.
Doing okay, Frank. Yeah, things are looking up. I'm trying to make a better life for me and Molly. I want to make an honest man of me, but need to get that financial stability first, and that's what I'm working on.
I see you coming in some big money.
Yeah, but I can't afford to keep pulling you out of the shit every time, man. You've got a problem you need to address. Remember?
Oh yeah, we work. I'm working on it.
I'll have a family of my own one day, Frank, and I won't be looking.
Yeah. I want to see those. I want to see those young bambinos they bouncing on my knee. Hey, you don't disappoint me, yes?
Oh well, you better not get yourself in too much trouble with those mobsters. I can only keep the wolves away from your door for so long. There's only so much I can do.
I'm working on it.
Money isn't everything with these men, remember, Frank.
No.
Respect too.
Respect and favor and debts. Yeah. So who is it? Who's it? Who's this guy? Who's this? Who's these people you're working for?
It's top secret government stuff, Frank. I can't tell you anything about it.
That's not what I hear.
Well,
I hear you're working for those do-gooders over at Caduceus.
Something involved with them, but it's not as simple as that, Frank. I don't work directly for them.
Well, you tell me. We got no secret. It's family, man.
Well, you know how you have government branches that keep an eye on people like Caduceus. I'm working for one of those. Let's say I'm the man that make sure Caduceus are what they say they are, and are the philanthropic enterprise they are, and are not something else. I'm a secret team that looks after things like that, Frank.
And these new friends of yours, who are these new friends of yours that you I seen you with?
You're asking a lot of questions for a man that's shown hospitality and that's just been done a massive favour. You're asking a lot of questions.
Well, I just want to know about my favourite son-in-law. Well, gonna be
friends of mine, Frank. Not from the kind of circles that you mix in. Not your kind of people.
Well, yeah. Well, that's why this is why I'm curious. You're gonna be family. I need to know. I want to know what Molly's marrying into. So it's
security, safety, money, Frank. Things that our father's never been able to provide for us. So
hey, now, that's what kind of attitude is that? This is all I'm asking is who your new friends are.
They're my new friends, Frank. They're people that
too good for Frank, are they?
It's not that, Frank. They're just it's a need to know basis kind of stuff, and you don't need to know.
You can make a psychology roll.
Colleagues, I've got to make a psychology roll.
You can make a psychology roll.
On this psychopath.
Yeah.
This guy owes me his testicles. Okay, 69.
Failed. Good.
Nice.
Nice. I know.
So he kind of changes the subject and starts.
Before we go any further, we have to address that. You don't say. Mention another man's testicles and then roll 69. That's just not.
It's the thing. This man owes me his testicles. Like, if I hadn't paid off this, like a huge chunk of this guy's debt, he's ahead on a plate, so he can rein it in with the questions.
I think you're probably right. I shouldn't have interrupted. I'm going
to make a far better husband than he's ever made a father for Molly. So I will not be having any shit from him.
So I'm sorry. You're right. I'm proud. It's your business is your business, yeah.
Exactly, and it's businessmen that don't tell other people their business that make a lot of money, Frank. Businessmen that tell everyone their business don't make a lot of money. So, you want your daughter to be secure and happy and have the big house and the 15 children, then you let me worry about my business.
So yeah, he kind of shrugs and changes the subject. And Molly comes through, serves you some breakfast, and brings through a pot of coffee. And you spend how long are you going to spend there?
Oh well, how good is Molly's breakfast? What's she making? A full Irish?
She's
pudding and everything.
She's doing like a more like a traditional New York breakfast.
Oh, it's
how good is
bagels and pancakes and waffles and all the mad things.
We're like greasy bacon and fried eggs and more. Yes. How good's the cooking?
Let's go.
How good's the cooking? Oh wow, yeah, not bad actually. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good.
I've got a plan on marrying this woman. It's very
yeah. I mean, yeah.
First test
check that before you proposed, mate.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah.
I like how we did a secret roll. I didn't get to see the number, so I don't actually get to know how good this life to be.
It's okay.
It's all in the
It's
tip.
all right. You don't get food poisoning.
It's like a full English, but it's made in New York City, so it's...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not full Irish because they can't get white pudding in New York City. So
Sunny side up. Ooh. So you have breakfast with your possible future fiance and possible future father-in-law before you head on your way. I mean, they eventually have to get, they're on the way out to work after they've had breakfast. So you head on your way as well, I guess. Back to Randy's.
back to home to change my clothes if I didn't already do that, and then back to Randy's.
Okay. So shall we say that that Vinny turns up at Randy's apartment then before anybody departs? If that's agreeable to everybody.
Sure. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
when he rings on the door and I answer it, I'm going to look at his hands.
Yeah, and just make sure he's still got legs as well.
So yes, a fully intact Vinny turns up at the your apartment. It's just coming up to 9 in the morning.
It's good that you're here, Vinny. There's probably something that we need to discuss.
What's that now?
Come sit with Jamie.
Yeah.
Oh no, Jamie's by the liquor cabinet. I'm drinking scotch
Oh, then I'll happily sit next to
Your
Jamie.
fingers.
Yeah.
with my hands kind of hidden.
Hey, well,
No,
It's okay for Vinny. He's had breakfast. Of
No,
course
he
he's getting
walks
fresh
over
scotch.
to
Vinny's
me
had
and
a good Irish breakfast. He will be looking at you, that whiskey bottle and thinking,
Vinny, do you want Vinny, do you want a scotch?
Oh, I would love one, Jamie.
I pour him a scotch and then hand it in with my weird hand.
You have to hold it with both hands because you can't.
Yeah.
Your fingers aren't long enough to grasp
Yeah.
anything.
Isn't that how I'm seeing the hand?
It's just like,
Think my small head, child.
Here,
It's just
drink
my first time
this.
seeing it. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They haven't got fingernails yet. It's all right.
no.
do you know what? I haven't had breakfast. I'm not gonna have a scotch actually. And I like turn my nose up after seeing these little foosty little things on her hand,
That's fine.
and then I'll get the bottle and pour my own.
Hey, you might want to sit down, Vinny.
Sure. What's going on with your hand, Jamie?
Oh yeah, you need to ask them.
With your stump? You've got nubbies.
Apparently we've been giving a treatment that makes us snake people.
It doesn't make you snake people
Vinny, would you sit down?
immediately.
I say, go and sit over there.
So I grab the bottle and pour a quadruple. Sure, yeah, I'll sit down.
Oh, that's really an image. That this little thingies.
How long do you think she's going to be able to remain a social house guest?
Oh, you're never too bold and
Who's Randy asking? Are you asking Alfie or Katrina? Karina.
I'm going to ask Alfie. Since it's with Jamie, it'll be Alfie.
Okay. I swear, Randy, it's not like that. It's hard to explain. I'd better just tell. Don't worry about it. So as Vinny sat down, I'm going to sit in the chair opposite. You were very sick when we left. Where were we?
Borneo.
North Borneo.
Borneo was the first one. We got that wrong the last time.
It's always Borneo. Borneo is always in there. It
No,
is.
Bolivia was the first one. Borneo was
Borneo, that's right. Okay, so it was Borneo, yeah. When you left Borneo, you probably remember that you were quite unwell.
Yeah.
Right. What you probably don't know is that in order to save your life, and Jamie too, you were both very, very sick. That you underwent a rather radical medical procedure. And I want you to understand before you say anything that without it, you would have died, both of you.
Keep talking.
The procedure was it was described as a hybridization program. And you and Jamie were treated under this process, and if you are seriously injured in any particular way, there's a chance that there may be some unusual effects. And I look at Jamie's.
As he looks across at me, I'm lighting a fag.
Well, with the stubbies.
Like a little cigarette. Yeah.
I feel like we might end up needing to roll sanity, but that's just...
Yeah, I might roll sanity with a C-roll, like a cigarette with the stubbies, like...
And I'm coughing. Never smoked before. Might as well start now. I can heal.
It's not like it's not a magic cure for everything.
Vinny's a linguist and he understands what hybridization means.
Okay.
Even though he's not a scientist. So you mean like the snake people?
Who's?
You're not snake people, Jamie.
You mean like
what?
They are hybrid human snakes? Like that's they've used that medically to heal me and Jamie. This hybridization of human and snake. So now I'm parts snake person.
To a degree.
That when one of the lizard folks get really sick, they do a hybridization process for it to give it more human qualities. If only they can reverse the two procedures.
They did.
Now,
they did reverse the procedure.
Vinny's had extra stuff go on that other people don't know about. I think Vinny should roll a sanity check here, Phil.
Oh, well, I was going to say, once the realization of what you're being told does promote a sanity check, for the parents.
Oh, me as well?
Yes.
I don't
know what hybridization means, though.
I have failed. Vinny does know
failed. It. Okay.
So Vinny's thinking about what Molly would think of all of this.
Okay, so you both lose 3 points of sanity.
Ooh.
Which corresponds to the amount of humanity you seem to be losing as you become more like.
Alfie, thanks for telling me, buddy.
Look, there's more to it, but we thought that the people at Caduceus would have explained all this to you.
Yeah.
They didn't tell us squat. They didn't tell me squat.
So the pair of them, sorry. So as your involuntary reaction, the pair of you just kind of just freeze, just a loss for words, just staring in disbelief. Yeah.
I mean, this is never something we would have agreed to or even wanted for you guys to go through, but
don't think of it as becoming more lizard. Just think of it becoming less human.
Vinny clutches his crucifix he wears and starts
Karina, it's fine.
Marys.
I understand that what you did was for our best interest, that we didn't die, and that's great. We didn't die. The fact I'm now growing lizard hands is a bit of a hiccup. I'll take another drag and take another swig of my drink and go. But the fact I find more concerning is that you believe Caduceus over everything they tell you. So because they've told you we're not turning into lizard people, and they told you that these things...
No, actually, they never said that. No, they didn't say that, Jamie.
So you don't know then? I could be.
If that is to happen, it's going to take quite a while.
Well, we don't know that.
Okay. I at this point, Alfie's unbuttoning his shirt. It seems highly inappropriate thing to do. But he does that, and then he undoes the top few buttons, then pulls it over his head and shows them his back, which has the scales on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, between the shoulder, Alfie's shoulder blades is this large, probably about 8 inches across, this patch of reptilian-looking scales.
And that's where he got hit by that eye-beam thing,
Yeah.
I just want to tell you guys now, you are all my friends. I promise that even if you all turn into lizards, I will not hunt you and mount you on my wall like trophies.
Randy, if I do turn into one of them, I want you to execute me, my friend.
Absolutely not. I mean,
please.
I could build a
in the
shed
name of all the Cthulhu, do not let me become one of them things.
Can play video games
don't worry,
Randy.
We'll make you our favourite slave of the Serpent people.
Great master.
Please, Randy, I'm begging you, if it happens, if I turn into something like that, please put that gun to my head and finish me.
But you guys don't get it. If Caduceus was able to do this, there has to be a way to reverse it. So I am convinced that if we allow Jamie to grow her fingers back, even if they are lizard ones, we may be able to find something in Caduceus, some way to bring her back. If you can do it one way, it has to be reversible. It's just common biology.
But it saved our lives. If we reverse it, we're going to die.
The question is, does Caduceus really have the ability to grow limbs back for humans, but chose to elect to do the lizard version for some nefarious reason? So I think we keep going on and we make it our mission to play Caduceus's games until we can discover exactly who it is we have to hit to find the real cure to make Jamie and my best friend Vincent back into true human beings. Not that you're not human beings now, just more human beings than you currently are growing into.
You promise me, Randy, you take that gun and you put it to my head and you do not let me become one.
I promise you the exact opposite.
From what we understand, it is if you are hurt and you heal as your body does, the new skin that heals is scales. That's what we've come to believe.
I'm just going to roll natural world because player knows about how reptiles grow limbs and stuff back, but character maybe doesn't. So I'm going to roll natural world.
Okay.
And I mean, you know, scale male, you have the advantage of a higher armor class, even if you do have disadvantage on stealth checks. So, you know, it's trade-offs.
It's not been invented yet, Randy.
Oh, sorry.
It's not been invented yet, Randy.
I'm sure. Like ages ago.
So,
Yeah.
what are you guys doing?
We're sitting in silence, staring at each other.
I'm standing in front of
with
the.
Randy and trying to be
I've gone
serious.
over to the big mirror on the wall. You know, the big traditional lounge mirror, and I'm just checking my tongue.
Vinny's genuinely man to man pleaded with Randy that he will execute me if I turn into some lizard person.
Unnecessary. We will find a way. There has to be. It's logical. They're able to do this. Think of what else they're capable of doing. I mean, this is the 1930s. Science has progressed to such the extent that it is believable that we're able to grow back limbs. I mean, this isn't the 1880s anymore.
Well, I'm gonna have to ask Alfie or Karina, because Jamie would just fucking miss.
Oh, she's a cracker shot. She really is.
I'm really good at it. I'm taking off my top and asking everyone to check the rest of my back and arms.
Jamie, no, it's
if
fine.
you take off your top, your back and arms are the last thing Vinny's looking at. Sorry.
I don't care. I've checked my tongue's not forked, and my skin's like. I've done the cheek test, and now I'm asking you to check.
It's the 1920s. I haven't even seen my fiance's boobs before.
I don't care. I'm a little bit insane at the moment, so I'm irrational. I'm taking my top off. I've got any of those scales on my back.
Lucille,
Jamie,
Jamie, no.
just calm down, Jamie. Look, we're all in the same boat, except for Randall.
Well, we don't know, Randall. Have you got naked and have a look at your body?
Every day.
I mean, I do have this small lump of green putty I found in my armpit one midsummer morning, but I just wrote a poem about it.
It's not been invented yet. Yeah, what are we doing all stripping off in Randall's apartment? What kind of game is this?
I mean, you guys, I'm not like that.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm just watching.
Well, this
I'm
is
just like
the 1920s.
No,
1933.
We're all very open-minded.
Is that why they call this the
stumpy fingers, but just getting a rack out. I'm just chilling, watching.
Yeah.
Vincent, have you checked yourself?
I was busy looking at you. But no, I don't have any of those. I've not got any extra appendages, if that's what you're asking.
We all of a sudden have new viewers. That's
I don't know. We're gonna have a content warning on this one.
If Randall was infected, I don't know how, but then his wound will heal differently. Because Randall got shot, didn't he? If I'm remembering correctly, it was Randall that got shot.
Alfie got shot.
I definitely I stabbed him. No, it was,
Yeah, he stabbed him.
I did get stabbed.
he got stabbed.
Karina and Alfie that got hit by the thing.
Unless your knife was like hollow and like injected me with something that I don't know about.
No, I'm just saying this out loud to everyone because we're kind of all thinking that we're all infected, but then we're saying that Randall might not be, but it's like he might be.
Well, as far as we know, Randall wasn't.
We was shot or stabbed. What was he? Randy, were you shot or stabbed?
I was stabbed. I've been shot as well. Yes, I've been both.
Yeah, he was stabbed.
Let's see the wound.
Okay. Which one? The one by the monkey?
No, your recent.
You were shot by a monkey?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, he was.
Yes.
No, his monkey is a euphemism.
I mean, it's only fair. I mean, anyways, that's what you call karma.
I don't need to see. We don't need to see the wound where you got the yellow injection in your bum.
Okay. I could find.
Actually, no. That might be a good thing because that was where the yellow stuff. He might have a scaly bum. I'm not looking at his bum.
Oh no, definitely not. I'm not provoking a sanity roll.
Okay, so shall we say that to whatever extremes you go
I'm
to...
sorry, Phil. I don't know where this is going.
Sorry, Phil.
Whatever extremes you go to confirm that there's only... Well, I'm not sure about... So it's definitely only Alfie has any scaly skin, and of course, Jamie has these scaly, stubby
Yeah.
fingers, but nobody else is exhibiting any of the signs that that they've revealed. I don't know if Karina's.
Shall we check ourselves?
I think Karina's keeping
Barnacles
things
now.
secret.
Yeah, I'm not showing anything, and nobody's asked me to show, so I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a switchblade and give myself a little just slice across the palm, just like you do when you know when you draw blood to seal a contract in blood, just that little slice across the palm.
Okay.
I'm going to do that. Just watch, see what happens.
Well, apart from blood, a bit of blood seeping out from this this cut on your hand, nothing.
Roll
Yet.
damage.
So yeah,
Let me get you a cloth for that.
You've got no, yeah, you've got
did
no,
over the
there's
sink,
no
got
miraculous
over your gaff,
healing
Randy, don't worry.
abilities or
Yeah.
anything like that. You don't sort
I
of
don't-
instantly start stitching back together.
But it doesn't like turn into reptile skin or anything
No,
either.
no.
No, and there's no need for us to get hysterical here. We just need to calm down.
And beside, the true test would be to cut off one of your digits and see what grows back.
But we're going back, from Jamie.
I'm convinced that we can find a way to rehumanize if they found a way to reptilize.
I don't know if it works that way, Randall, but sure.
Pretty sure they might be able to. I mean, it's. Did you hear they have a cure for polio now? There's nothing they can't do.
Well, let's go with that. Perhaps Alfie goes and helps himself to a scotch himself.
Okay, so after a few medicinal scotches, kind of start to relax a little bit, diffuse the situation. I don't know. Is everybody parting ways, going to your own place, or you just making Randy's your permanent abode now?
I think I'll make Randy's my permanent abode.
Yeah.
You should, therefore.
Well, aren't we supposed to be going to Alabama?
No.
Oklahoma.
We were never
Oklahoma.
So, unless you've had another letter, Ange.
Alabama. Great. I think you should go back to Greenbow, Alabama.
Oh, we're going somewhere.
Yeah, so you're waiting on Dr. Gonzalez to contact you with
That
travel
was the
plans.
guy.
Dr.
That was
Gonzalez.
the guy, yeah.
The person
Right.
with the name.
Yeah, the dude with the name.
I mean, I'm sort of like, okay, so right, so we're going to carry on doing what we're doing to try and catch Caduceus out and find out whether they're good or they're bad, which I think they're bad, and try and save the world from the snake lizard people, which is a bit weird because that's what we are now, but which is interesting. But how am I going to hide this?
With a mitten or a glove.
I hate to tell you this,
Yes.
but they're this small. They're not going to fit in. I mean, it's going to look a bit weird. I can't put a normal glove in. It's going to be all floppy.
Well, where's your prosthetic?
It doesn't fit now because I've got these things sticking out.
Well, put the prosthetic in the glove and then put your hand over it.
I can't get that on now because my hand doesn't fit. I've got these little digit things.
Well, boil them down like
dig
Hellboy
out
in his
holes.
horns.
The prosthetic must be made of wood, so we should be able to hollow out a space for your 5.
No.
I think we'll say that you managed to find a way to disguise your deformity.
Put your hand in your pocket.
If only Google were invented, I could find out what lizard fingers are called.
I think they're called lizard fingers.
Oh yeah,
No, they're now known as sanity fingers.
Oh,
Yes.
very good.
But yeah, you come up with a way. Whether it might not be the greatest thing, but you come up with a way to hide your deformity, your deformed hand. Whether it be sticking your hand in your pocket, wrapping some a scarf around it, or
bandages.
Yeah, or
I'm in a
bandages, or
I'm in a sling would do it.
But yeah, so I think we can safely say that you come up with some way to disguise your hand.
Very long sleeve.
Before the episode turns into how to disguise.
Oh, yeah. We're going shopping.
Shopping for hand disguises.
Of that, we totally.
Yeah, we could.
Which is
Yeah,
actually a great sequel for how to disguise 6 webbed toes. So
Coming soon, an IMT mini-series. Ange goes shopping.
And argues the toss. No one's gonna ever let me play in their games again.
Okay.
I'm just gonna drink and smoke because I know I'm a smoker.
I shall tell you what. We shall fast. If everybody's agree, we'll turn the clock forward a little bit, shall we? Unless there's anything that anybody's desperately wants to do before we progress the story a little bit.
I think if we're going to progress the story forward,
I mean, that'd be a first. Progressing the story is a
watch
kind of new to us.
at what rate the fingers are growing.
Ooh, that is a good point. Pretty quickly, I guess.
If we're going forward. So if it's like, if we went forward a month and like the fingers have grown extensively since, then maybe we would stop at 2 weeks and discuss and see.
Well, I shall tell you this. So 2 days pass and there's no visible growth, extra growth to these new digits.
See, if we are having flash forward a couple of days, does that mean we get a skill thing?
You do get a development phase and a look refresh phase. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do indeed. So let's turn that on. But so it is maybe about 9-10 o'clock in the morning.
Also, full hit points, right?
Sorry?
Full hit points,
Yep.
For some reason, this is over 15 out of 26.
Well, no, you only get one.
You were on half, yeah. No.
Yeah, so you'll only get 1 hit point back a day.
Did that happen? Because mine said no permission.
Oh, if we were fast forwarding a couple of days, could that
There we go.
in hospital?
You could, I suppose, yeah.
Okay. Right, let's do the luck and
In which case, that will be 1d4 for a day, for each day in hospital, say. Why not? But yeah, so it is Thursday, the 2nd of April, about 9-10 o'clock in the morning, and you finally receive the call from Dr. Gonzalez calling you into the offices at Caduceus.
Ooh. Yeah, I think this might be a bit nerve-wracking, this moment in time.
Okay, then.
Cool.
Wow.
69, look.
Do I move my daily sanity quick question down back to then?
4-6.
So you could reset, yeah, your daily's going to be reset, yeah.
Okay.
It's
I
press
just
the
need sanity
circle to
back.
reset.
Oh, how do I... Oh, I see.
Actual sanity.
Thank you. Yeah. What are you on?
21.
I'm on 41.
You're on 21
Started on
sanity?
94.
Jesus.
Yeah, and Karina's still
Underlining insanity.
insane as well. Yeah, got underlying insanity, yeah.
Ooh.
As far as I know, I'm completely sane.
Yeah, you're perfectly fine. You're perfectly fine. Everything's normal. Everything's normal. So yeah, you called in to Caduceus and you meet with Dr. Gonzalez in one of the conference rooms on one of the upper floors. He says, glad you've come in. I've made arrangements for your travel to Bingham in Oklahoma. You'll be your train departs this afternoon.
Is there anything else that we should know?
Only to reiterate what has already been said. These people, they have to be a light hand is required. There's
Have a small hand.
I'm sure you have very nice, dainty hands, Miss Moore.
What do you mean a light hand? Do you have a affinity for these people that worship lizards for any reason?
These people, these are just normal people that have been caught up in a situation. We do not know the source of the problem, even if there is a problem. I ask as a personal favor that you are merciful towards these people that you find in Bingham. Their hearts are probably in the right place.
What? How many hearts do each of these people have?
They are normal people like you, Mr. Savage. These people are not. They are not like the In and Out. They are certainly not the kind like enemies you have faced before. I want you to think of these townsfolk as having lost their way, perhaps, rather than enemies to be cast down.
Do these instructions come directly from Mr. Meadham?
Well, as you I should recall, Mr. Meadham's to advise a more cautious approach. But I would ask that you remember that these are just normal people that have been led astray. You need to find the source. Well, the source of the problem. These people are not the problem.
Perhaps then we should have our very talented actor here, Vinny, gain some sort of disguise or credentials that you could put him up with. That, maybe he's a vicar or a.
I would suggest, if you wish for a suggestion of a cover story, I suggest that you pose as converts answering the call from Reverend Cornfield's broadcasts.
But wouldn't it carry more authority if, Vincent was like a sub-pope of sorts that has come to correct this flock from their erroneous ways?
I would suggest that sounds more confrontational. As I say,
the Christian Church confrontational? Sir, I never.
How you choose conduct yourselves is your matter. I only offer this suggestion.
Okay, converts it is.
And he hands you an envelope that contains train tickets to Oklahoma City, and then a connecting train from there to Bingham. Says your trains leave at midday. If there is anything else you require, any requisitions?
Has there been any word on the asset you lost?
I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to divulge any information about the status of the whereabouts of Tyranish. Rest assured that Caduceus is dealing with the matter.
Why?
I'm sorry, Miss Moore. What do you mean, why?
Well, wasn't that the thing that we took away from the jungle? We saw escape, and yet you feel that we're not at liberty to know these things. Yet you want us to go and risk our lives continuously.
I'm not asking you to risk your lives in Oklahoma, Miss Moore. I'm asking you to look into what is a source of this corruption of these normal, everyday people. What has led these people astray? You are here. I'm sending you to save these people, not slaughter them.
Like the people in the jungle, or the last place you went, Borneo,
Borneo.
All those people that died there.
As we've already discussed, Miss Moore, this was an unfortunate necessity, as you yourself saw the necessity of it, the logic of it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Gonzalez. Jamie, we've got a train to catch. At least we haven't got so far to travel this time, eh?
If there's nothing else, then, ladies, gentlemen, and he turns. Leaves the.
There might be something.
What would that be, Mr. Lazar?
Who else is in the room with this guy?
Nobody.
I'm going for this wallet.
Oh.
What, you're just going to walk up to him and try and take his wallet?
No. But when he's like taking his leave and saying goodbye and everything.
Oh, right, okay. So you're not sort of.
I'm just going.
No, but you mean you're not saying something to like cause him to stay, to pause.
Yeah.
No, well, I'm
no, you're just letting you're attempting to lift his wallet as he's leaving, as you're exiting the room. Yeah, cool. Oh dear. No, it's not a fumble. Did you see it though?
Push it. I can push it.
You can push it if you wish.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Having your wallet, you dick. What was this guy's name? Gonzalez.
Yeah, Dr. Gonzalez.
Don't go for his wallet. Go for any paperwork that's in his pocket.
Okay, so you take his wallet as you head out the Caduceus building, escorted from the conference room, from the briefing room by two Caduceus security. Since you're on one of the restricted floors, they escort you back down to the lobby. Vinny, you check in the wallet. There's a nice bundle of cash in there. But there's also Dr. Gonzalez's security card.
Nice.
That is your new disguise.
So I'm putting that in my character sheet. By the way, just wanted to let you know, I've also got another Gonzalez wallet, and I've got Gonzalez's diner's card. I must have already stole this guy's wallet.
Yeah.
Right, so Gonzalez's security card. Right, just put that on my sheet.
I mean,
Vinny, that's wonderful. Your mother always wanted you to be a doctor.
I mean, does Vinny let everybody know that he's got this security card?
No.
When we get a quieter moment, yeah, when it's just us.
Well, he's escorted us from the building anyway, hasn't he?
Yeah, once we're out, it'll be like, guys, we can get in and out there whenever we like.
Well, we know that they've got a lot of the artifacts from that temple that was in Connecticut in the building.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, if we need in when they don't want us in, it can be done.
We haven't got time now, though. What time is it now?
So by the time you leave, leave the building, it is. It's going to be about 11:30. So you've got just about enough time to gather. Quickly pack a suitcase and catch your train.
So we'll have to wait till we get back.
Yeah, I mean, doing it so soon after the meeting place might be a little too much.
I'll meet you at the station.
Yeah. Go
Okay.
pack a bag and...
No, we're traveling by train. We have to pack a trunk.
I top up on dynamite. I don't have any dynamite currently. I'm going to get 4.
You're going to buy 4 sticks of dynamite. Okay.
Not that I need
Very
it on this mission.
train.
I just like to have some.
Just like to have some in your pocket.
Yeah.
Travel on a different train.
Not in my pocket.
What about ammunition? Is it relatively easy to get a hold of ammunition from?
Yeah.
Vincent, I love those new pants you're wearing. They're absolute dynamite.
I see what you did there.
I've already got a box of ammo, so I'll just assume that's full again.
Okay. So yeah, if you want to pick up you've probably got enough time to just pick up a few things on your way there. Yeah. So you head over to Central Station in New York, where you at midday you board your train. You've got so there's no first class carriages on this train. There's no sleeper. You're just essentially in like a compartment on the carriage.
Cool.
What's the date at the moment?
The date is Thursday, April the 2nd, 1933. So the small town of Bingham lies about 50 miles southwest of Oklahoma City. It is about the entire journey takes about 2 days.
Oh, I'd love to do that in real life.
The summer temperatures in Oklahoma can rise as high as 100 degrees Fahrenheit, to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, sometimes even higher. But even this early in the year, thermometers will reach around 65 degrees, and they only drop into like maybe about 45 degrees on an evening. The heat is dry and breathless. So years of drought across the American Southwest, coupled with over-farming and overgrazing, let's change that to that actually, has resulted in severe soil erosion, and the land literally began to blow away. 19 states in the heartland Thank you, train. 19 states in... where have I lost my spot? 19 states in the Highland became a vast dust bowl. Winds whipped across the plains, raising giant dust storms. The sky could darken for days. Houses would be shut up tight, cloth wedged around the doors and windows, but still every surface becomes covered with a thin layer of grime. At times, people are forced to take shelter when the wind blows hard and the hot dust obscures all vision. In some places, the dust drifts like snow, covering farm buildings and houses, and with no chance of making a living, farm families across the entire state have abandoned their homes and land, fleeing westward to become migrant workers. So when the train arrives in Oklahoma City, you're joined in your cabin, in your compartment on the train, by a middle-aged man and his young son, maybe about 8 or 9 years old.
They're here to help us. If so, I'll proffer a copper.
So this guy about his 30s, like I said, and his son about 19 years old. So the guy, the older man, he wears a light suit, quite neatly pressed, but you can see it's a little threadbare. His son, meanwhile, wears like a shirt, a casual shirt and pair of jeans. Again, the clean but threadbare. And they sort of open the compartment door and like make it like come in and say, "Oh, Good afternoon. I believe we are sharing this compartment. If you folks don't mind.
Well, it's a blessed day. Please join us, fellow Christians. I hope the word of God is accompanying you in mind and thought.
Oh, indeed, sir, indeed. Does that mean you are here answering the call of Reverend Caulfield?
We have come to answer the call. It's good to meet fellow religious travelers such as yourselves.
This, that is so. This can be no mere coincidence.
I must say, I am a bit distressed to see a young father traveling alone with his young son. I hope that everything is okay with the fine mother.
So his face drops. I'm sorry to say, my wife passed while giving birth to our daughter.
Oh. Unburden yourself, fellow Christian. I am here. I shall share in your pain, and as such, alleviate the burden that you feel. I'll put my hand on his head and bless him.
Okay. Right, he stands and accepts your blessing. He says, "Thank you, brother. It has been a long 7 years, but recently my son and I, we heard one of Reverend Cornfield's broadcasts, and we felt compelled to answer his call. So we are traveling. We're traveling to Bingham. We've booked ahead rooms in a hotel there. Will yourselves be staying there? Have you accommodation?
We are traveling a little bit more informally, but we know that wherever we travel, God will provide. And if God is providing for us in the form of a hotel accommodation, then that would be might be fine and acceptable. Tell me what words of the good Reverend pulled you towards him? Which parts of his sermons actually spoke to you, my good Christian brother?
Says the sermons, they touched something inside. Do you not feel it yourself? Do you not feel it stir your spirit, your very soul?
Yes, I was curious about which.
It's as if the words of God were hidden under the Reverend's sermon, and they spoke to us.
I've always found his speaking so primal and below the earth, something so earthy about it, something so old and ancient and wise and smart. Do you not feel it, brother?
Oh yes, amen to that, brother. Amen to that.
Hallelujah.
We are to be honored guests of Reverend Cornfield. We have tomorrow. We have already arranged a meeting with the pastor.
Well then, we are truly blessed to be in your presence, brother.
Says Martin, I says Lloyd, take a seat. These fine ladies and gentlemen are to be our companions for the rest of the journey. And this little lad, he doesn't say anything, kind of just like meekly sits himself in the corner by the window and just sort of smiles at everybody.
I'm going to take out a copy of the Bible and start reading it. Like pretending that I'm engaging in passages from it.
I'm sorry, did you say...
I'm gonna elbow Vincent and show him a passage here.
The whole time Vincent's like fingering a crucifix that he wears around his neck.
Okay.
Vincent is a Catholic anyway, so it's not hard for him to play one.
Did you say that that you have an audience with?
Why, yes, sir.
Reverend
We have made prior arrangements with Reverend Caulfield, and he is honouring us with a personal audience.
Wow.
I really wish that that we'd have thought to have done that ourselves.
Well, you should come with us. I'm sure the Reverend
Brother
would be.
Monroe, humility. This is so big. This is a lot to ask. We couldn't impose. We must be humble. The Bible teaches us so.
Amen to that, brother. Amen. I'm sure the Reverend would have open arms for more supplicants.
That would be what an experience! What an experience for us.
I
are you
quite
sure that
enjoy
we?
supplication.
Thank you, Randall. You're meeting him. When did you say? Sorry.
Tomorrow, midday, I believe. It will give us some time to
his church.
Yes, sir.
Well, then, if we could join you, that would be an honor.
Say no more. Say no more.
You are more than welcome, sir. That would be for most fine. Is that not true, Lloyd? And Lloyd kind of just nods and smiles.
I'll look up from Randy's Bible. That's mighty kind of you, sir.
Says, we shall have time to settle into the boarding house before our meeting the following day.
And of course, this is the enlightened 1930s, so Jamie and Karina, you will join us as well, I insist.
Thank you.
Oh, yes, indeed. All brothers and sisters are equal before the Lord.
Thank you. That's so very kind of you.
This cannot be a coincidence. Dear Lord, thank you for delivering these two humble Christian brothers into our arms that we may join him in learning more directly from the Reverend Cornman himself.
Okay. So, amen. Amen, brother. So you spend, so this is like the second day. So you arrive in the dust-shrouded town of Bingham later, early that evening. Maybe about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. And the train pulls into the station, where the railway line on a single railway line that connects with Oklahoma City. And you disembark from the train onto a small, dusty, somewhat ramshackle station. So definitely seen better days. It's certainly could do with some repairs and maintenance. It pretty much just comprises as a small waiting room and a toilet block. And stood on the platform, just wiping, trying to feebly wipe a layer of dust from his uniform is a single station master who helps everybody, helps you all disembark. So so you're the only people, you and Lloyd and his father, I didn't tell you his name. So his father's called Mortimer. So the station master helps you all disembark from the train.
This fellow, I guess, he seems to know where he's heading. He's heading to a boarding house.
Was that sorted for us? Do you think, like that side of it, like?
No, you've been left to you. So
Yeah.
Right.
So we'll just follow him and see if we can secure rooms in the same boarding house, I guess.
Okay.
It'd be interesting to follow this weirdo, yeah. I like Randy's line of questioning was really good. He didn't fall for it though.
Okay. So there's dust everywhere. There's like it's on it like coats everything. Like I said, there's drifts of it, even drifts of it against the walls in the streets. You can smell it and you can taste it, and it's within minutes. You like your backs, your throats are dry, and you can just like constantly taste this dust in your mouth and the back of your throat and and it starts to like collect in your sinuses.
Scarf on my neck, probably, and my face.
Yeah, most people that walk in the streets, are locals, have either got the collars turned up or they've got a scarf around their mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put a scarf around my face.
So there is a quite a faded sort of map of the town on the platform, which I shall show to you here. So the railway station is located here. Oh, here.
Number one.
Number one, yes. Got a nice key there.
Number two.
Number two.
It's right next to the church. No, one's
Three is the station.
Yeah.
Three is the station. Next door to the
Next to the
station
post office.
is the telegraph and post office.
Okay, so there's a hotel.
The Bingham Hotel.
Bingham Hotel, yes.
Is that where this guy is heading?
So yeah, they tell you. So that's where they're heading. They're heading to the Bingham Hotel. It's they tell you that as far as they know, it's the only hotel left in town. So as you, are you following along with them or?
Yeah, I thought we would go along, make small
I think
talk,
the
'cause
conversation would have gone along there. You know, gentlemen, where you heading? Can we come along?
It's
Yeah.
either that or
Let me see.
squatting in one of the abandoned homes, which doesn't look right.
which is
Yeah. So, speaking of which, like I said, there's a lot. There's a lot of people about, but you pass many, particularly homes. You pass many homes that have been abandoned, that are boarded up or broken. Windows like broken windows. Clearly, a lot of them have been abandoned for some time.
Can I, as we're walking along, I'm just gonna be a little bit conscientious of lizard people, so I am going to be looking quite closely at most people. I'm not going to do the generic cheek check test.
Well, that was for yellow. No, it was for that was for.
No, that was for the lizard people.
Yeah.
But I am going to be quite scrutinizing anyone that I come across.
Yeah, so it's quite, like I say, it's a smallish town. Despite the fact that a lot, probably a good chunk of the residents have abandoned the place, it's still quite busy. Still quite a lot of people, still quite a lot of people here. Well, you can see from the map, it's quite sizable.
The man selling newspaper calls out to Jamie newspaper. Jamie goes, maybe, blink. Let me see blink.
Yeah, I don't think I'd say anything. I'd just be looking at them really closely because we've seen a few of these now, and
okay.
Yeah.
So you head past out of the station and past the telegraph office, which is like a timber frame building that serves as a post office and a local telephone exchange and a telegraph office, as well as the ticket office for the station, for the railway. But yeah, the hotel is only a short distance, only a few minutes walk from the station. And there's a sign outside, just basically called the Bingham Hotel. A sign hung in the window declares that some accommodation is available. It literally just says some accommodation.
Okay.
I guess we'll see if they've got accommodation for all of us, I suppose.
It's not the best advert, is it? Like, somebody might say 5-star
accommodation
accommodation available.
Yeah, like.
Or seaside
kind
view
of like-
accommodation.
If it just said vacancies, that would have been alright, wouldn't it? No.
The no
It says
in front of
some
the vacancy is
accommodation.
flickering.
Some accommodation available.
So it's just like like a faded, battered piece of card with it just painted on it, like daubed on black paint.
Nice.
Classic.
Yeah, let's
It's
go
been
see
there
what
a
kind of-
while then.
Yeah, and it's hung behind these like grimy, like I said, everything's just like grimy, dusty.
I'll go in and I'll kind of, shout out, Brother Christian, would you have accommodations for fellow Christian brothers and sisters?
So this kind of middle-aged woman in like this floral patterned dress and an apron
Sister, sorry.
appears as you enter the building, and Mortimer steps up first, says, "I do believe we have some accommodation booked with you, for my fair lady." And she takes his details and says, Delbert, get out of here! Get out of here!
Wow.
Show these folks to their room." And this kind of like henpecked looking guy in dungarees and a stained vest comes out from the back, and it's kind of like his head sort of tucked in between his shoulders. He goes, yes dear, oh yeah, of course dear. Says, "Come this way, please." And Mortimer says, I shall hope to see you folks again soon."
Oh, absolutely.
My God,
I'm.
what the sorry.
Perhaps, good lady, you could tell us if there are rooms available for this small party of ours.
Rooms available here.
The sign said that there were vacancies, madam.
And she says, indeed it does. Of course, you'll have to excuse my humour.
Oh. You are excused. Yes, haha, yes, jolly good.
Because indeed, I have 6 fine rooms available.
Then we would like to secure 5 of those rooms, if we may.
You may indeed, if you would be so kind as to sign the ledger.
Oh, yeah, well, I'll sign my name and take one.
Okay.
I don't think
guess
we need
everybody
5. Vinny and Randy share a room, eh?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sign the ledger. I'll
Romance.
just write the ledger.
Romance.
Sign the ledger.
So yeah, what rooms are you taking? Are you taking the rooms together, or what? In fact, and on what are you signing your names as? Are you signing your real you?
Oh,
Who are you
yeah,
signing
sure.
in as?
I'm too famous a person to be able to pretend I'm somebody else.
So I used
He was swamped down the high street by
I
all
used
these
Vinny,
hangers on.
Vincent Vincenzo, and a lot of different variations. In this case, I'm going to write Vince Lazarus.
Okay. And how about everybody else? Who are you signing in as?
Mrs. Meaden.
Mrs. Meaden.
Oh.
Interesting.
Right. That. Okay.
I'm
think
fine. Go ahead.
I was just gonna, if other people are putting down some fake names,
Says, you need a moment, girl?
Yeah,
yeah, no,
I'll sign it. Alfred Monroe. I'm just signing my name. I was the first one to go anyway, so.
And so that'll be 5 rooms.
I'm signing it Reverend Randy.
Does that just sound wrong?
Easy.
Reverend Randy.
Oh, I just realized that. Oh,
Reverend Randy.
That's terrible.
Randy Reverend.
keep your children away.
Oh dear God.
Oh, here we go. Radio.
I'm gonna sign using my best friend's name.
Okay.
So it's gonna be Faye Jenkins.
Says that'll be $4 a night for each of you fine people.
I'll pay for everybody. How much was in that last wallet I stole?
Oh, more than enough. Like about maybe $100 or so.
Yeah.
I'll pay for everybody's rooms.
That's very kind of you, Vincenzo.
So his full name is Vincenzo Lazzara, but he uses Vinny and Vince and
Oh, you're Vince Lazarus here, aren't you? That's what you said.
Vince Lazarus.
Vincent.
So breakfast is served at 8 and dinner at 6.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay,
The
thank you.
boarding houses at these times are just like boarding house. It's like
It's
It's a hotel.
Yes,
so
yeah,
hotels,
so-
like,
yeah.
there's like a bar area and stuff
No,
like that.
there's no bar. It's essentially
Yeah.
just like a reception area that looks
Right.
that
So dry
apart from the reception desk, it looks like somebody's front room.
Is that
Oh.
That's
like
kind
a
of
B&B.
just how she's. That's kind of how she's decorated the place, rather than. But yeah, so there's like a reception desk that you get in
Okay,
a hotel,
right.
but it's decorated like somebody's front room. In fact, there's like a profusion of these like little curious looking ornamental figures just everywhere. Every little nook and cranny, shell space is like covered in these little like ornaments of like animals and little people and just these really tacky looking knickknacks.
Cool. Are they creepy cool or are they like that's a bit unnerving or they're just like well this is a
just tacky. I wouldn't say they were
Yeah.
creepy looking now.
okay, that's cool then.
Okay, so
Yeah. Go to our rooms, I guess.
then she.
What time will we out?
My name is Rosemary, and my husband is Delbert. Delbert, get out here! I see you lurking on that veranda. Get these folks' cases up to their room. Yes, Rosemary dear, I'll be right there.
There's no need, madam. We can carry our own.
He says, my husband has nothing better to do, I assure you.
We're all fit and able, but most of us have.
No. I hear nothing of it.
That's very kind of you. Thank you, Delbert.
We insist.
Okay, so you're all unpacked. And your rooms are probably congregated in one single room to presumably you discuss your course of action now.
Before we do that, while we're unpacking, can I go and visit Vinny in his room?
Yes, you can. Yes, of course you can.
Well, I'm going to visit Karina, in her room.
No, I'm going to knock on Vinny's door.
Okay.
Oh,
Knock.
Can I have a quick word?
Yeah, sure. Starts taking his clothes off. Well, from what you were doing before, no? Like,
No.
I got that mixed up, right? Okay.
No. Unless you've got some scales that you want to show me.
No, yeah, but yeah.
No.
Is that what you want to
Okay.
talk to me about?
Yeah. Well, kind of. Like, everybody seems rather blasé about all this, and I'm going along and I'm trying to stay calm because they get all quite upset when I get agitated. But I remember what you said to Randy, and Randy was all like, "No, I'm never going to do it. I want to cut you a deal. If I get worse, kill me,
And
if you get worse, I will kill you."
Deal.
Suicide pact.
Okay? They're all like, "Oh no, nothing's going to happen." But you know what?
Your class is worse.
He clutches his cross eyes.
You're not in the room. Bug off at my conversation.
I'm not turning into anything inhuman. When you see me change, boom, dead, gone.
Oh yeah,
I'll
and
do the
same.
for you. Yeah.
It's like I will hand on heart swear on the Bible right now that I feel okay. My hand is a bit weird and I'm a bit disturbed about this, and but I still feel like me. But Alfie was really cagey and he never told us for ages. Like the minute I saw my fingers, I'm telling you all.
I have strange dreams. Tyrannish talks to me. But that's it, though. I'm not physically changing, but Tyrannish talks to me in my head.
Well, that could be really helpful. We need to think of some questions that you could ask her.
I don't know if she would answer questions, but it's worth a try. She does talk to me.
I mean,
I don't have any control over it when it happens, but...
did you do anything before? Did you get drunk, smoke some of that strange stuff that you do?
I did smoke some strange stuff, remember that time? That was the first time she spoke to me.
Or maybe we could do that and I will be with you to witness if I hear you say or speak in your sleep.
You've witnessed it before. It happened before and you were all there, but outwardly I didn't seem abnormal. It was all within my head. And outwardly you didn't see me do anything. I've done it in front of you before.
Well, we'll do it under controlled circumstances and next time, see what we can find out.
Well, I don't know how to make her talk to me, but...
We'll practice. We'll try a few things.
Okay.
I don't know whether writing a message on your hand or something or on a... I don't know, but we'll try some different things.
My first thought was trying different drugs. Because that's how she first spoke to me.
Because sometimes...
I'm a bad man.
Does that say more about you?
Yeah. It's like, no, because you write a message on your hand before you go to sleep. Maybe in your dream the message is still on your hand. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. But I just wanted to make sure that we were on the same.
Does Vinny know about lucid dreaming? Oliver does. Does Vinny?
I don't think it's a very well-known concept that at the moment.
Maybe we're going to discover it. But anyway, we better go. They're expecting us. I'll go. I'll see you. We're meeting in Randy's room because that seems to be the place where we always meet nowadays, in Randy's rooms.
I will get food on the way.
Okay. And I leave and head to Randy's room.
Thanks for coming.
We've got each other's back.
This deal means a lot to me.
I shake his hand.
I'll shake your left hand.
Yeah. So with which hand?
Yeah, I get my good hand out. I head to Randy's room.
Okay, so shall we say that you all meet up in Randy's room then?
Yep.
Okay. You're all in Randy's room.
It was quite fortuitous that we met those two travelers on the way. It really helped us, but I think we need to practice our local accents, and mannerisms. That
we don't have to be from here.
Horrible.
Because they were they were doing radio shows. We could have picked it up from anywhere.
Yeah, we're a pilgrimage. We don't need to be local.
He was talking about some message that was underlying message. He heard that.
Y'all.
Same thing that we did.
Thing is, Oliver can't do
Why are you
accents.
speaking like that, Randall?
What?
I can't do accents. Oliver is not an actor, but my character is, and probably can nail the accent, actually.
They said there was an underlying message. So obviously, other people. Is it that's bringing people here?
Something subliminal? Something
It makes sense.
psychological?
The underlying message was to do with the father of serpents, wasn't it?
I only spoke the word of Christ to the person, so
Well, that's what he thought that's what he thinks he's hearing, but unless maybe he's just mad.
This pastor's mixing in the words of the father of the serpent in with the real.
probably see if there's a sermon that we can go hear from this father prior to this meeting with him, just so that we have more of an idea. Maybe there's a revival tent or something outside of town where he's speaking.
Just for clarity, GM, the father of the serpent is Yig. And Yig is the other one. And these are the ones that are the non-violent, happy to just exist in the darkness.
And they're also the ones that Caduceus seemed to be, or Medium seems to be connected to as well.
And the inner night is not Yig, it's the long name god, isn't it?
Chthogua.
Yeah.
Chthogua. Just making sure I've got everything straight.
So I mean, if the followers of this father of serpents, they're willing to leave humanity alone, then maybe Caduceus are on the right side.
It could very well be, but there seems to be. Do you remember when we were given our final marching orders, and you asked about if they found what was missing or something? They wouldn't tell you. They were still very cagey about things, so they're still openly secretive, even to their operatives. So
Then we were. I was referring to the mummy that we found.
yes,
Tyrannish.
yes, but so they still don't. We're not being told everything. We have to be very aware that the decisions that we're making now are based on incomplete knowledge.
I've been saying this for ages.
Oh, Thelma.
Yeah. So what's your theory then, Jamie?
I haven't got a theory. I'm not thinking as deep as you. I just don't trust Caduceus. And we've got to stop these snake people taking over the human race.
Are you saying you can't trust them as far as you can throw them?
Who? Caduceus?
Yes.
I'm not sure why you would trust them.
I think you're
Every
right.
step of the way they've lied to us. Every thing they've sent us to, every job they've done, it's been a lie or very small bits of information that could, kill us. The first day we stepped into the jungle, what happened? We weren't even sent. We weren't even sent with enough weapons to defend ourselves against people that they knew were there.
Well, that wasn't an intentional thing because they clearly wanted us to find the mummy. That was the whole point. They didn't want us to die the moment we got in there. This isn't.
It didn't help us. They knew that those lizard people were running around. They knew that was happening, and they sent us with no weapon. They didn't give us the information. Be prepared. You might be shot at. Could have been helpful.
I mean, we knew we were going into a potential war zone.
Yet they still gave us no weapon. I don't trust them. I mean, you can all trust them, that's fine. I just don't trust them.
Nobody's saying that we trust Caduceus. I'm just saying that it could be that they're just not necessarily on the wrong side.
I've got a slight theory that maybe Caduceus represent the human side of an alliance between the sons of the Serpent and the human. They're the human. That there's an alliance forming between the humans and the sons of the father of Serpent, and that Caduceus is the human liaison in that alliance. Maybe that's just a little theory
I don't know.
bobbing about my head as well.
So that would mean that we're actually working for the others. We're working really.
Randy,
for the
just work
wizard
for
folks,
ourselves.
then.
We just work for ourselves to find out what the hell is going on. And when we have a little bit more information and we know what's going on and we've heard from as much, any side of this, then we can make our own informed decision. But right now, I'm here literally find out what the hell's going on and not just from the word of Caduceus.
Is there the morning sermon of this Father Hatfield?
Cornfield. Yeah.
What time is it anyway? Because we've got the train. What time did we get here? And we got a room.
It is currently about 4:30 in the afternoon.
So is there an
I'm going to go down and see if
the church?
what's the face, Mrs. What's the face has any
I'm gonna go
information.
blow my nose on.
Mrs. Adams, Rosemary Adams.
Rosemary, that was it.
Sorry.
Is it 1 or 2 Ds? That will be the giveaway.
One.
Not been invented yet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go and see if Mrs. Adams knows anything about the church.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll head down to the desk, I guess, if she's around.
Yeah, so you find that she's dusting
Again.
dusting a little
20th time today.
ornaments. She's kind of like painting the seventh bridge, like to finish, and then she goes back to start, and it's just a never-ending task.
Yeah.
This is I trust you found your rooms to your liking.
Oh, absolutely, Mrs. Adams.
Everybody seems to have mine a lot.
We've. You're probably aware that we're on a kind of pilgrimage.
Are you come to see the Reverend?
Reverend Cornfield.
Indeed, Reverend Cornfield is a fine man.
He is. Yes. Do you happen to know if there are how often he runs services? Would there be one this evening that we might be able to attend? Would you know?
I'm not sure what day are we on. It is Friday, so it says there is a service tomorrow evening. Tomorrow.
Oh, I see. But would the church be open? Is it a church? Like an actual? I'm trying to find if it's an actual proper building or whether it's
the church is the first church is located on Fifth Avenue, the corner of Fifth and Liberty.
Ah. So a walking distance?
Yeah, so it's about it's about a mile maybe.
Okay, yeah, it's not bad.
I think everything in this town's within walking distance, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not massive.
1933.
Yeah. So the town's probably about half a mile that way, and maybe just over a mile and a half.
That's fine. Perhaps we'll go and see if we can conduct evening prayers on our own at the church.
Says, I'm sure you will not be disappointed. The Reverend is an astounding man. He is an amazing man. He possesses the healing touch, don't you know? Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord, indeed he does, sir.
My goodness.
Amen.
I cannot wait to meet the man.
It will be an experience that changes your life forever.
I hope so. Well, thank you, Mrs. Adams.
You're more than welcome, Mr. Monroe.
Yeah, okay. So I'll head back up and explain to everybody. There's no actual service, but the church would be open if we wanted to go and meditate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe we should go and have a look round anyway for our evening meal.
It wouldn't hurt. Maybe get to see what effect it's having, or the good reverend is having on other of the locals. Mrs. Adams seems quite taken with the gentleman.
God bless her.
Well, should we go? We'll have a check out. We can check out what's around and about anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might have a local newspaper or something that we can grab to get some more information.
Let's hit the street then.
Okay, so which way do you want to go? You got that?
I think we're just going to head west, right? As soon as we hit Liberty, just go down towards the church.
Okay.
To a fifth.
Okay, so heading down Foss, down First Avenue that runs onto Foss. You pass, like I say, there's a lot of residential properties. Many of, like I said before, many of which appear to have been abandoned. Although there's a few that look, a few of these abandoned properties that look like not squatters, but people have moved in, taken over some of these abandoned houses. So about halfway, a short way along, there's you pass the Butler department store, quite a large department store particularly for a town this small.
I can't imagine many people in this town having butlers.
Is it even open, or is it? Like
It is open. It shuts according to the opening times on the door. It shuts at 5 o'clock, so it shuts in about 10-15 minutes.
Well,
Yeah, I'll enter the butler
where's it
shop.
on the map?
Number 10.
That's miles away.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's you can see from the exterior that there was one the sort of property that the store originally owned, and then it's like expanded. The stores over time it's expanded and taken over like a couple of neighbouring properties. But yeah, it sells even from looking in from the windows. You can see it sells all manner of things, from household appliances, furnishings and furniture, to kitchenware, crockery, clothing, guns and ammunition.
Of course.
Yeah. All the things you need for a good weekend. Right.
I thought the barber shop would have been a good place for gossip, but it's a bit out of our way, though. I could have done.
It's quite late.
Yeah. Does Randall want to do some shopping?
I think we're all caught up on everything that we need from here. Because
We go to the
it doesn't
church
seem
and then
like
to the
this
pub.
is, like what I would see with depression and with no crops and no nothing. How is it that this place is growing and succeeding? So I'm going in with that kind of eye to understand.
How's
You said
this
it
one?
looks like it's been
department store
expanded.
doing so well?
I mean, there's no prospecting here.
Town's dead. Why is this one department store doing so well?
I mean, we don't know it's doing well. We just know it's here and it's still open.
It's expanding. It's been getting bigger over the years.
So it says over the door. Over the door, it maybe says it was established 1913.
20 years ago.
So you're moving on, or?
Yeah, if there's nothing more here,
Yeah,
I guess we'll just...
I'll be prepared to
it's
move.
gonna
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
Okay, so right, you walk on past the department store. You can see the staff. You can see there's about maybe about 3 members of staff inside.
Yeah. Any customers?
Yeah. So there's a few customers. It's not rammed with people, but it's there's a few people inside. So yeah, you carry on down first and come to just before the corner of Liberty. You come to the Bingham Public Library, which is currently closed.
Yeah.
And then you head south down Liberty, passing 3rd, 4th, and then turn the corner onto 5th, where the church itself sits just round the corner.
Ooh.
So the first church. So there's a white painted wooden building with a spire. You can make a spot hidden roll.
Oh, I love a good spot hidden roll.
A good old spot hidden roll.
Just improved my spot hidden. Okay.
We've not had many rolls, have we? This.
No.
Oh, look at that! Beautiful.
Just me stealing a wallet, as per.
Okay, so
Fair than mine.
Just me.
You know, fair looking at something.
Okay, so Jamie, you got the best, got the slightly better result. So you, the sign above the door appears to have been repainted recently. The background paint of the wooden sign above the door looks fresh, along with the lettering that declares it as the First Church.
On the map, it was called the First Church of Christ the Redeemer.
It was.
They've taken Christ
I'll
out
point
of
it
the
out.
church.
That looks like a newly painted sign.
Well, they've taken Christ out of its name. Is there still the image of a cross at the top of that spire that's just out of shot? Is there a cross at the top of that?
So there is no. There's no cross on the spire. No.
Is there any crosses visible at all?
Not on the outside of the building. No.
So
It doesn't look like anything's. But it doesn't look like anything's been removed or anything like that.
Aye, but they've taken Christ out of the name of the church.
Well, they have, yes.
So is it the First Church of Yig now?
Just says the First Church.
The First Church.
I'm going to walk forward and try the door handle. Yeah.
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 Okay. Right. So yeah,
He does not like this one, but
you try the door and it just pushes open, and the door opens into the main, straight into the main area of the church. Inside, you can see at the far end, there's a lectern that stands before rows of pews. In the rear corner, just to your left, as you come in, there's a low table and a few small chairs, and there's a number of children's drawings pinned to the wall around the table.
Oh. I look at the children's drawings.
You're going to look at the children's drawings? Okay, what about everybody else? So at the far end of the church, sat on the pew just in front of the lectern is a man with glossy black dark hair, the uniform of a priest. Must be the reverend, and speaking to an elderly couple. Yeah. So this is the where is he? Where's the reverend? Reverend Cornfield. There you are, sir. Where is Reverend Cornfield?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right, he looks like a vampire in a.
Yeah.
Reverend Cornholio, that's his name now for me. That's canon.
He sat. Is he right at the front?
Yeah.
On the pews at the front.
Yeah. He's kind of sat sideways, facing this old couple, and he's had this kind of hushed conversation.
Can I?
Not whispering, being secretive. Yeah. That kind of respectful inside a church kind of.
Yeah. So I guess I'm going to move up a bit closer.
Can I listen into his conversation?
Not from here. You can move. You'd have to get closer. Like I say,
I'm moving in to do so.
Okay. What about Karina and Randa? We know what Jamie's doing at the moment.
I'm quite interested in seeing the children's pictures because I want to know what the motif is.
Okay. And what about Karina? Muted.
Muted there.
There we go. I'll move the mic. I think I'm gonna while they're moving up directly to the pews, I'm gonna have just a wander around and have a look for anything else elsewhere before coming back to the pews. Maybe making a show what's at the front of the church? You said it's
the lectern or something.
So there's not. It's quite sparse. So there's a double row of pews, and then right at the front, right at the back or the front of the church, whichever way you want to look at it, is a lectern, which kind of central. Behind that, there's. What is that? Let me just have a look at the picture. Is that at the front? Is it the front? Oh, so yeah. So towards the front, there's maybe just inside the entrance, maybe like a bell rope that's kind of tied up to one side. But yeah, it's pretty basic. It's just a single room.
Yeah, I think I'd still have a little bit of a look around and closer at some things just to see if there's any random symbology somewhere or anything that's, can catch your eye if you're looking for it, but is irregardless.
That's a good thing. That's good.
Around.
I just want to listen into the Reverend's conversation.
Okay, so Vinny and Alfie are heading down close towards the front. So Vinny's probably stopping part way. Right. So first of all, Jamie and Randy, you head over to this little table with these chairs there, and there's there's paper and colouring pencils scattered across the top of this table, pinned to the wall, like I say, several sort of children's drawings. Some of them show, I think, lithographic printed images of Jesus that have been scribbled over with, in a childlike way, sort of scribbled over with red and blue crayon. There's some other images that show Adam and Eve talking with a serpent. And one, again, this is kind of a lithographed sort of image that children have sort of coloured in. And then there's one picture that's kind of hand drawn that shows, looks to show the body of a man sleeping in a cave. So, Karina, you can give us a spot hidden roll.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, there's not a great deal here. It's pretty, like I said, the place is pretty sparse. The only thing that does catch your eye is on the lectern is a big leather-bound Bible, and it catches your eye because it's stuffed with like bookmarks. There's like stuff with like bookmarks hanging out of it, and little scraps of paper. And you can see there's like it looks like there's sheets of paper being sellotaped into it, like extra pages being sellotaped inside the Bible, and little scraps of paper with handwritten notes on. Oh.
Yeah, that's definitely weird. And I mean, I don't really like me as a person doesn't really know these situations, but I'm guessing it's not a good thing to go up and touch the Bible.
Oh well, it's probably a nice thing you can assume. I'll let you go with that. Okay, so
I don't know the etiquette in actual churches, so I don't really know.
So is Alfie?
This isn't an actual church.
Is Alfie just going straight up to where the Reverend is, or is he standing?
Yeah, I make my way to the front of the church. Now, I don't know if I missed the description or whatever, but normally at one end of the church there'd be like a cross with maybe a Christ on it, right? That you could, as you step forward, you would then cross yourself in front of if you're Catholic or whatever it is, right? Is there anything like that here?
So there's not on the wall, but there's on the lectern. There's like a cross, like because it's carved in this wooden lectern. So no, there's no big crucifix or anything on the wall. Right. It's just.
I was sorry to jump in on your question, Mark, but I was asking the same things kind of before. You say a cross, Phil, but is there a Christ on the cross, or is it just the cross?
I would say there would probably be a Christ on the cross. Yes.
Okay, just with them been taking his name out of the name of the church, I'm just wondering if they're taking the man out of the church altogether.
So just to be clear, it doesn't look like a first aid.
No.
It's not got a snake running up it.
It's not the it's not the caduceus thing or the
Hippocratic thing.
Yeah, the other one I can't remember the name of. Aristol or
thingy staff.
The staff. And Vinny, you're not going all the way up to the front to take it?
I'm sitting a few pews back.
Okay.
To do
so you can like I say, the talking in sort of lowered voices, but not in a secretive way, just kind of in this respectful. You're in a church, so it's like just how people would usually speak. And you can hear the Reverend saying, yes, don't worry, my child. The Lord will watch over us all and see that the harvest returns. Prosperity will return to Bingham. You have my word. I have faith in the Lord.
Mm.
Okay. And as he's saying this, he kind of looks up and says, it seems we have new visitors to our congregation.
Forgive us. We are new to town. We're just here to just little evening prayer, if you would. We heard the call, Reverend.
Many have heard the call. It is good to see new respondents.
Indeed. And I'm going to look up to the front of the church as if I was expecting a cross in front there. Look a little bit confused and then look at the lectern, bow my head a little bit and then sit down on the front row.
Says you are welcome to come and meditate on the word of our Lord, or pray. How can I be of assistance, my son?
My friends and I were on a form of pilgrimage. We heard your broadcast.
You heard the message, and you heard its call.
We did.
Many are responding to the call.
It was inspirational. I'm not a particularly religious man, at least not until recently.
The word has touched many, my son.
These are trying times, and I think the message, we need to hear the message now more than ever.
How true you are, my son. You must attend our service, our sermon tomorrow evening.
Tomorrow, indeed. Our train journey here, we did meet with a fellow traveller, a fellow pilgrim, if you will. And he did say that he was having an audience with you himself later tomorrow.
Oh, indeed, Mr. Allen and his young son. Yes, that is correct. They are a private audience. I have graduates. I'll be taken with them tomorrow morning.
Oh, tomorrow morning.
A shame.
Indeed, sir. Indeed.
A real shame what happened to the wife and mother of the poor children. It was, it must have been a heavy burden for those two to bear.
He kind of nods. He says, "I'm afraid I have not spoken with them yet. I am not privy to their background."
Oh, I hope you can bring them the hope and healing that they so desperately need. As for me, the message that I heard, the calling that I had, I was quite taken with your story of the Garden of Eden and the interpretation of such. And I don't know that I understood the words exactly, but I can't help but get a feeling that the true hero of the story were not Adam and Eve, but it was actually the serpent. And it spoke to me so much how you called attention to the fact that God did create the animals prior to creating humans, and there was such a rich history of creatures that inhabited this earth prior to the creation of man, and it's almost like we are all suffering now for Adam's and Eve's original sin, but somehow, if we can redeem ourselves in the eyes of the Lord, we can get back to that part of the Garden of Eden that I think, from what I understand you're saying, we want and yearn to return, so that we could live in brotherhood with the animals, with the serpents inside the Garden of Eden. That message has touched me profoundly.
I want to be keeping an eye on this guy as Randall is saying that. I want to kind of suss out his reaction.
Superb.
Oh, says, you are most insightful, my son. Come, sit with me a moment, if you would.
Yes, I would.
Says, I have been meditating on these very things recently. It is surely a sign that you have been brought before me today. So I've been preparing a new sermon. I am working on about Eve's meeting with the serpent. I believe you have some insight, but I fear your vision is corrupted by the misleading teachings of some of my contemporaries.
I will admit, I will admit, Reverend, that I have
Or King
been
James, whatever it is. King James.
a bit of
this.
a slave to the bottle, and it has clouded my judgment, and I just can't seem to break myself from that addiction. But I do find comfort in the word of the Lord and the stories that are told, and it settles me when I'm feeling at my most vulnerable and when I feel that I need that drink the most. So
then you should come to the sermon, my son. You may expunge your sins. You may admit your flaws to the congregation and be accepted within the bosom of our community. But
I am
this,
not.
as I say, this it is Eve that has met with the serpent in the Garden of Eden, and I believe it is the serpent has been misrepresented, sir. The serpent provided Eve with the knowledge of pure truth.
I mean, this is knowledge. It isn't evil, is it?
Indeed, sir, indeed. Adam and Eve were not cast out, but they were set free.
Oh, I see. Yeah, yes.
The knowledge that was imparted to them allowed them to travel beyond the boundaries of Eden, their kindergarten, into the wider world, that they may spread and preach the word of our Lord.
And so it was all planned. It was all planned by God. It must have been then.
Indeed.
That's a revelation
God.
in itself.
It is God who appeared in the form of the serpent before Adam and Eve, passing on to them the wisdom and the knowledge that would allow them to explore the world.
If God
and bring
appears
civilization to us all.
If God appears as a serpent, why does God say unto the serpent that you are the lowliest of the creatures and you are doomed to crawl on your belly for the rest of your life? And I'm paraphrasing because I do not know the Bible.
Oh, my son.
It was a test. Don't you see? It was a test. It was testing the will of man to understand what is the true word of God and what is falsehood. Don't you see that? It is so clear to me now.
Amen, brother. Amen. There's much corruption of the Lord's word. Is it not also said that these signs shall follow them that believe in my name shall thou cast out devils, thou shalt speak with tongues, thou shalt take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover.
Oh,
powerful stuff.
Words shaken to the core. Shaken to the apple core.
Well, my sons, my daughters, I must close the doors of our fine establishment this evening now, as I must return home to meditate on tomorrow's sermon.
We look forward to hearing it.
I shall look forward to seeing your faces amongst the congregation. And he takes his Bible from the lectern and escorts you out of the church, locking the doors behind you all.
Hand before I leave.
Oh, he takes it and he's like really strong, and he's like this warm grape, and because it's good that it's come.
Does it seem fleshy, like as if I'm shaking hands with a glove?
Does it move?
Exactly.
It's a nice firm grape. It's warm.
Brothers,
How well
sisters, we
dressed
have
is
truly
this,
been blessed.
Reverend?
How well dressed is he? So it's not expensive. So he's got it's got the black, typical.
Shoes and that.
Cassock
I'm
or
looking
whatever it is.
shoes and cufflinks and.
No, it's not expensive. It's not like it's not expensively dressed or anything like that.
Not ostentatious.
No.
Yeah, it's not one of those evangelist types fleecing people for.
No, he's not got like loads of rings on it. Like I said, he's got the traditional kind of like traditional uniform, but he's quite sort of not cheap, but at the
What's
same
it called?
time,
The Modern Christian Bible. It's the King James Bible, isn't it? Sorry, I said David earlier on. It's the King James Bible, isn't it?
that's probably the most common. Yeah, that's the most common.
That's what the modern Bible is. It's the King James Bible. So he's saying that King James was wrong and didn't like snakes and has rewritten it. Basically.
Well, but hang on. In our hotel in the night table, we have the Mormon Bible. That's everywhere.
It's Gideon Bible, isn't it?
Yeah. There's no Bibles in your room at the hotel.
Okay.
By the way.
Is there not?
No.
That's interesting because there's always a Bible in the room here at a hotel. Yeah, even in really unreligious countries there is. Like, even in Britain.
Even in Premier Inn.
Yeah, even in Britain, the least Christian country.
Do they still do that now? I'm just gonna Google.
Yeah. You still get Bibles in hotel rooms. Absolutely.
Okay, so like I say, the Reverend leads you outside and closes the door and wishes you a good evening and walks off down the street.
Well, he seems like a wonderful person.
Just got his own version of the Bible, like every different branch of Christianity that exists already, I suppose.
Did you guys see the Bible at all?
No? What about it? It was a Bible, right?
I mean, yeah, it's
Was it not the good book?
started out as well. Well,
It's all right. The twist at the end could be better.
Yeah. 3 out of 5 stars.
A real page turner.
it looks like there's been a lot of like additions, and I don't know if this is normal with most pastors. I've never really been that up close with this sort of thing, but there was so many bookmarks, and it seems like there was added pages, like, and it was the Bible that was on the lectern that he picked up. It seemed heavily edited.
See, in Christians, we have the Baptists, and we have the Catholics, and we have the Protestants, and we have the this and that, and we all have our favourite parts of the Bible. And we like this bit, and we like that bit, and we like this bit. But you know what none of us do is add bits in. That's not a Christian thing to be doing.
I actually heard
no
of
other
this
sect
Bible.
of Christianity is adding bits in.
I know that obviously that there is our version of the Bible, but isn't there the Old Testament? You know, the one written by Vlad?
Do you mean Vlad? The V is silent. I mean, the fact that there are additions would make perfect sense from what he was just saying.
Rewriting his version.
No doubt he was just putting papers in about the sermons, and it must have been his notes for his sermons. Nobody adds pages to the Bible. He must have it in there where he's referencing and calling out certain sections. No,
I mean, none of what he just said you found odd, Randall.
You didn't think that he was
obviously. I mean, I was
snake
playing
fan?
up the whole serpent part. Yeah, of course. Because we're here to dig out this information, and I took the cues from the children's lithography paintings on the table there. So obviously that was a common motif, and I was just trying to see if I could gauge anything more from him, but to add pages to the Bible, I mean, that's just outright blasphemy.
The fact is, whatever way you read the Bible, the snake is the bad guy. Like, and he's trying to put a twist on that. The snake is the bad guy.
Version of the Bible.
We all know that story, right?
Moved from it.
But we know this. We know this is what he's doing.
Version.
I guess the question is, where's he getting this from? He's not just dreamt this up himself, has he?
No, that's the thing. So he's been converted somehow to this way of thinking, but we don't know by who or how or who's influenced him.
Or maybe we can ask him tomorrow.
Dreams.
We're only investigating to see if they're a danger, really, aren't they? We're not to.
No, we were told to not be heavy-handed. Well, we're supposed to be.
Save the flock.
We are very subtle.
We have to what?
Save the flock.
Coming from a big game hunter, that sounds a little bit.
We just have to do our best not to fluck up.
I see what you did there.
Well, it might be interesting tomorrow before the service to find out a little bit of history on this guy, history on the church.
He didn't look that old.
Maybe
He looks like his eyes blink sideways, I swear.
But maybe he grew up here, we don't know, so...
Just looks apart, like...
He looked like a silent movie star, or in these days, just a movie star.
So where you heading now? Did you say you were heading to the bar?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I should. I'm gonna fall.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, He's you're doing some method acting here. It's Randall. Yeah.
Actually, it might.
He doesn't want to
my
lapse.
cover. I must drink in the name of Caduceus.
Okay, is that where you're heading?
Yeah.
It was Friday.
Yeah.
So which way are you going this time? Are you retracing your steps, or are you taking a different route?
Oh,
We might as well take a different route and go down.
If we hadn't, I mean, did we pass the bar on the way here?
No.
That's
No.
true.
If we did, then we would have retraced the steps. It would have been the obvious thing. But
No, it's on the other side of the tracks. The wrong side of the tracks.
oh, of course it is.
or the right side, depending on which side of the tracks you're from.
Yeah, maybe
I don't
the
know.
other way, and because there's see more of the town.
Yeah, I think so.
So which way are you
And
going
it's
then?
fabulous architecture.
We may
Yes.
as well go all the way down 5th and it doesn't matter really. Yeah, 5th to
Okay,
To
so
the road.
you head down all the way down 5th Street, 5th Avenue, whichever it is.
and when we
And
get to the
turn-
green area, what kind of park is it? Does it have iconography there? Or are there like statues or anything?
No, it was once like a green area with like lawns and trees and bushes. There's a small kind of ornamental pond, but the pond's dry. The grass is dead. Along with the trees and bushes struggling to survive. In fact, it's all what grass there is left is probably almost completely obscured, like buried underneath drifts of dust.
Right.
So you head back down 5th then. On the corner of 5th and Main, there is the sheriff's office, of course. Which is a brick-built single-story building. You can see through the glass front pane. You can see like the office area at the front. You can see what must be the sheriff sat behind a desk, his booted feet upon the desk, a newspaper in his hands. And so next, just a little bit further down the street from there is the bank, First State Bank, which is obviously closed by this time. Then a little further on is Kunkel's Barber Shop, which is still currently open. The lights are on inside. The doors are closed, obviously, to keep out the worst of the dust.
Might get a cut. See what gossip we hear. Barbershops are good for gossip. Might get a cut.
I guess we'll meet you at the bar then.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Vinny heads off into the barbers, and the rest of you continue along Main, passing on the corner of Second and Main is the offices of the Bingham Journal, local newspaper, by the looks of things. And then eventually you pass the hotel on the left, and then eventually across the crossing onto Deerhead Way, or the corner between Deerhead Way and Wolf Creek, is the Deerhead Saloon. So I guess we'll go Vinny first and see what I've obviously got inside the Kunkel's. Is it Kunkel's? Yeah, Kunkel's barbershop.
Kunkel's. That just seems wrong.
Kunkel's barbershop. So upon entering, you step up onto the off the road. It's got like almost a Wild West style, sort of wooden bordered, sort of raised sidewalk kind of thing.
Yeah.
And as you opening the door, there's a bell, the tinkle of a bell above the door. And where is he? I think we've got a picture of the guy. Yeah, there he is.
Oh.
Nice mustache.
I'm envious.
So yeah, a man in his early 30s with dark hair that's kept, it's like neatly trimmed and well oiled, and this like very neatly moustache, wearing an apron and with a pair of scissors like tucked in the pocket at the top. It says, good evening, good afternoon to you, sir. Can I be of assistance? A trim or a shave?
Well, I trim and a shave, but looking at you, I'd like who does yours?
Says I do my own, sir.
Oh well, I would like you then, sir.
Says, please.
You have time for a stranger?
Take a seat, and he like takes a towel from the back of one of the chairs and like just flicks the dust off the barber's chair and turns it round for you to sit in.
I'll sit down.
So as you sit down, you hear like some snoring catches your draws your attention, and a couple of seats over in the corner with a broom leant against him is an old grey-haired man dozing in one of the barber's chair. His sweat-stained shirt is unbuttoned and his belt loosened, exposing this like huge, swollen belly. Like I said, there's a broom leaning up against the chair at the side of him.
Okay, well, I came here for a haircut, not to get cleaned, so I'm not too worried if their cleaner's terrible. Their barber looks fantastic.
So he sits you down, puts it like ties a smock around your neck and starts like spray dampens your hair and starts giving. So what will it be, sir?
Oh, just the short back and sides with the pull back and the taper fade like you've got there, and wax up the mustache, give a bit curl just like yourself. Give me a you. You look fabulous.
A fine choice, if I do say so myself. And I can't help but noticing you will excuse my questioning, but you're clearly from out of town. What brings you to Bingham, Oklahoma?
Well, it's a bit of a religious pilgrimage. We came to hear the famous Reverend Cornholio.
Ah, one of many pilgrims to our fine town. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Your name, if I may be so bold.
Vince Lazarus.
Ah, Vince Lazarus, Italian. That's
Part Italian, yes. The good part.
Good. But yes. The Reverend is a fine, upstanding gentleman, the pillar of our community. He was
a religious man yourself, are you?
Oh, I am a regular Sunday attendee of the Reverend's sermons.
And he's not like any other, not like any other preacher, is he? He's unique, eh?
Oh, absolutely. My word! He's a changed man. The Reverend Cornfield, a changed man.
Yeah, he really is. Do you know what it is that changed him? Because that's something I would really love to do myself.
So the pastor, the Reverend is ever a man of God. He was always a good Reverend, but after he tested himself, he became like a new man.
That sounds like a mighty fine thing. A great place to be. That's the kind of enlightenment that I'm looking for. What exactly was that test that you had to go through? Do you know?
Oh, like our Lord Jesus, the Reverend wandered alone in the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights, and on his return, he was renewed in the Lord. 'Tis a wonder. 'Twas a wonder to behold.
I see. So he found Jesus again in his 40 days and 40 nights.
He was touched by the Lord.
Touched by the Lord.
So unfortunately, the pastor's truth is not understood by all here in Bingham. It is a blessing that his words reach out and draw new folks to this fine town. Some, on the other hand, choose to shun the church. They gather in secret meetings in their homes, conspiring against the faithful.
But they worship the old Lord. They don't have the real knowledge that the Reverend brings us. They worship the Lord. Whereas the Reverend, we worship the real Lord, don't we? Us followers of the Reverend.
Indeed, sir. You have heard his word, and you have heard his call, and you have answered.
Exactly. That's why I'm here. To hear the words of the real Lord.
So suddenly you hear this like banging from upstairs. Like sounds like somebody banging on the floor on the like floor above, directly in on the floor above.
But what's above us, sir?
I was don't mind that, none. That's just my wife.
Oh, that's you. Oh, your house is up the stairs.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think perhaps your dinner's ready.
I says, oh no, it's my wife is a little ill.
Oh,
says there's women, huh? And he sort of he sticks his elbow into your ribs and chuckles. Yeah, I guess she must be hungry.
Yeah. I guess surely she's well fed with as fine a barber as you for a husband, though, no doubt. You're a very skilled man.
Indeed. So how is this looking? He sort of like holds a mirror up and showing you what he's done so far.
How does it look?
You tell me.
No, you tell me. Was it good or was it shit?
No. Make the barber do a roll, and if it's a good or bad cut.
Oh.
Okay, it is. Oh well. Okay, fair enough. If you want to do that,
make a look roll.
Then he's got an appearance of 95. This matters.
It's an appearance of 2 now. Okay, so yeah, it's nothing special. But yeah, he's done a competent job. It's maybe not. It's not up to the standard of his own hair. So as he's showing you around, says, would you like a hot towel shave?
Oh, the works, yeah, of course.
Oh, okay, right. It goes over and starts boiling up some water for a towel, and then you hear like this thud, 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 thud. Suddenly starts like heavy footsteps coming down the stairs.
All right, so this is his wife's coming down. Okay.
And so Mr. Kunkley he looks up as the back door opens, and this woman, about sort of mid-30s, dressed in a grubby, stained nightdress, runs, just like bursts through the door, runs into the center, and she kind of runs into the center of the room and stands there with like...
She's got the Bingham look.
She's got this like a jerking her head, like his head, like a head moving these kind of jerking motions, like just snapping from like looking around the room, and then her eyes seem to lock onto something, and she just runs. She just like dashes, almost like jumps, like pounces towards the window, and like her hands clamp down on a fly on the window pane.
Women, am I right?
Women, eh?
Wow.
And then she kind of turns and like again she like this twitching motion, and she's looking around, and then she just bounds back out the door, and it does it to women, eh?
Women, eh?
So well, how's that looking, sir?
It's looking weird, mate.
I tip him fast and well, and I am out of there.
So, okay.
Wow.
Right, and meanwhile, let's find somewhere to stop. Where are we? So the rest of you head over to the wrong side of the tracks, to the Deerhead Saloon.
Yeah. Is it busy?
It's not really. No, there's maybe just a couple of people in. There's a guy sat at the bar. There's an oldish guy. It's kind of hard to tell how old he is. Maybe 50, 60-ish. Kind of looking a little bit worse for wear. Sat in the corner with a full glass of whiskey and a half-drained, half-empty bottle on the table in front of him. And there's a guy, kind of grizzled-looking guy with a sort of striped shirt, sleeves rolled up, this beer-stained apron, and he's polishing some glasses, spits into it, and then starts polishing it. And the guy sat at the bar, like, finishes up his drink and says, well, I'll see you later, Morris. And the guy, bartender, we presume is Morris, just kind of nods. And this guy walks past you, kind of, evening.
Evening.
Okay, so looking around this, the interior saloon is decorated with various hunting trophies all around the walls: deer heads, antlers, stuffed fish in glass cases, and so forth. But is dominated by a full-size grizzly bear that stands forever on its hind legs at the end of the bar, all claws and snarling teeth.
You see, Randall, that's taxidermy.
Have been a great hunter that caught this thing. Maybe it's one of mine.
No, it's been stuffed, mate.
Does it look like it was accidentally shot?
This one's not even boasting.
Says, are you admiring the decor, sir? It's not mine. It's from the department store over the years. It's nice aesthetic. Is that the word? Yeah. Don't you think? What can I get you folks?
Whiskey, please.
Whiskey for your husband? What will you be drinking?
I haven't got a husband. Whiskey for me.
Oh. Right you are, ma'am. Right you are.
I take
whiskey for the lady.
Whiskey for me as well, please.
Whiskey's all around, is it?
Yeah, there's no way I'm ordering a baby sham in here.
Okay, so he takes some glasses from the shelf behind him, and the glass that he's just been polishing, and slammed it down the counter, and just like sort of heats the glasses up.
I mean, the alcohol will sterilize it.
I'm sure it will.
Here's hoping, eh?
So, you folks, you visiting?
Yeah, we're new in town. Yeah.
You're certainly not from Bingham, that's for sure.
No. We'd heard some interesting things about your reverend.
Really? And what kind of things might those be?
So, gauging from his reaction there, is he not a fan?
Yeah, you can make a psychology roll, I guess.
I bet you I can't.
I'm gonna rely on Phil's role playing now because I think it's
Make it.
If you want me to give you a definite answer, I will require a psychology roll, but otherwise you'll have to.
I'm going to spend 11. I'm going to spend 11
Okay.
on that one, I think.
So yes. As my fantastic.
I pushed it by mistake.
And done it. Wow.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
We'll go with that.
I don't know how I pushed it. I don't know. I got right up close to him. And
looked him right in the eye.
Yeah.
So yes, as Jake finally pointed out, due to my fantastic role playing, you do indeed get the impression that his opinion of the Reverend is less than favourable.
Yeah. I mean, the rest of the town seems quite taken with him, and it seems like you've had a lot of an influx of outsiders come to see this man.
Well, there we have the church and what goes out saying the church and my saloon. I've never seen quite eye to eye, should I say, though most of the town folk seem happy to frequent both establishments.
The church doesn't mind, has no issue with people coming here.
Well, that's how it used to be. Of late, since Cornfale's how should we say, change. The split has become somewhat more pronounced. Those do-gooders over at the church, they shun the alcohol, they shun my establishment, which is,
is this a recent change?
I would say so. About past 3 months gone.
Any idea what brought about this sudden change?
Well, it was after Cornfield. He wandered off alone into the wilderness, supposedly following his Lord Jesus. Some such nonsense. Claimed he was in the wilderness for 40 days, 40 nights. On his return, he was a changed man. Now, don't get me wrong. The Reverend was a good man, pious man. Maybe we didn't see eye to eye, but when he came back, we all thought he was dead, to be fair. I mean, how does anyone survive out there in the desert on that dust bowl for 40 days without food, no water? But where a pious man walked out into the wilderness, a demon returned.
Shit.
A demon? That seems a little melodramatic.
I never. I mean, I'm sure towns like this have seen their share of snake oil salesmen, but do you really think that this
is a little more than that. Reverend Cornfield is possessed by the devil. He hides under the guise of healing people, claims to have the healing touch. Instead, he curses people. He curses them with his touch. Poor old Peggy Shaw, for instance, lovely young woman. It's true she was having difficulty giving birth, but they say Cornfield sat with her one evening when she was suffering and put a curse on her baby, on her unborn child. No one has seen it to this day. And poor Gregory, the father, why, he's a broken man now.
Well,
you don't believe me?
Oh.
You don't believe me?
I don't not believe you.
Says you talk to Hillard over there at the corner. He knows more than I do.
Oh.
And he points out the whiskey addled drunk in the corner.
And now his bottle is half empty, right?
Yeah. Or half full.
Oh yeah. Let's go with that. Let's be optimists. Do you have another bottle?
He says, I sure do. He takes a bottle, an unlabeled bottle of some yellowish liquid from beneath the bar.
Okay. I'll slip some money across the bar to the guy. And I'll get a bunch of glasses, one for each of us, and one for... I know he's got his own glass over there already, but it would look weird if we arrived with...
What was his name?
Hillard. Who are we going to go speak to?
Okay, so taking your glasses and the bottle, you head over to this sad-faced old man, rather scruffy and ill-kempt, and as you get close, even before you even get right next to him, you can smell the whiskey and the stale body odor.
Yuck.
Where is he? Here he is.
That does look rather like me in the morning.
So
except for his smile.
As you get closer, he kind of looks up like these bleary, bloodshot eyes, and you can see the signs of clear signs of alcoholism. He's like a burst blood vessels in his cheeks. Yeah.
Mr. Hillard.
Scottish accent.
Fowler. Hillard Fowler.
Oh, Mr. Fowler. Mr. Fowler. And I stick the bottle down in between us, in front of him on the table and with these glasses. And I pull up a chair in front of him.
He eyes you. Yeah, he's just suspicious. It's just clearly suspicious of your intentions.
My name's Monroe, and I hear you've got some stories to tell.
What kind of stories would those be, mister?
Should we start with the Reverend Cornfield?
Right, he sort of glances, this kind of nervous glance over to the door, and then
I fill up one of the glasses and push it across the table to him.
Says, you don't want to be messing with that Reverend. That man is in league with the devil.
You really believe that?
Believe it? I seen it.
I'll push the drink a little closer to him.
Right, he sort of reaches out this shaking hand, grabs a sort of grabs a glass and uses the glass to steady his hand, and then sort of just picks it up, knocks it straight back.
What did you see?
Says, I own the straight grain lumberyard on the edge of town. There's I have a worker, a guy who works for me. He had an accident. George Henson's his name. One of the lumber piles came loose one day while he was working nearby. Several ton of logs fell on George, crushed his spine, his pelvis. He was dead or dying. But Reverend Cornfield happened to be passing by. Came to tend to George, he did. I took it to, he'd be reading the man his last rites, his final rites. But he laid a hand upon George Henson. And that man got up and walked as if nothing had happened.
And you,
Carol and Karina.
And you believe that's the work of the devil, not a miracle?
Only the Lord Jesus performs miracles, girl. Not some snake-wielding pastor from some backward town.
Snake-wielding.
The Reverend Cornfield was a good man afore he took to disappearing into the wilderness.
There are records of people doing things like the Reverend did, your employee. And we tend to call them saints. What's different here?
This man's no saint.
Why? Because he wandered off into the desert for 40 days?
Came back.
You believe what you like. If you be one of Cornfield's faithfuls, you go and throw your lot in with them.
I'm just thinking that there must be more to this. There must be, or maybe you have other stories. There must be something else. What about this Peggy that was mentioned by the barkeep?
No, the Reverend, by the story goes, the Reverend saved her. She was on the brink of death, having complications with the birth of her firstborn. The Reverend laid his hands upon her too, and saved her, saved the firstborn. Not that anyone's seen it. And then there's poor old Gregory, her husband, a young fella. But he's not been the same since. And then Pearl, the blacksmith's wife. She used to suffer some kind of painful skin condition. Terrible painful it was. But then Cornfield did something to her too. Whatever it was, her husband Bill, he took against it. He and his family ain't been to church since. Occasionally you see Pearl, and frankly, she looks worse than ever.
Wow. And you
Cornfields lies, they're broadcast all over the radio, drawing the unwary ear to Bingham. You do well to turn around and go back the way you came.
When you say she looks worse, in what way?
Go see for yourself.
Where can we find her?
So he tells you that you can find the Shaw residence out on. I've got the map covered up. Out on the corner of Scarborough.
Okay.
So I shall reveal it on the map.
And what about Peggy and her husband?
Says, well, maybe you talk to her husband. You'll find him at the telegraph office. Don't take my word for it. Don't take the word of an old washed up drunk. Go see for yourself.
Who will?
Someone's got to put a stop to this.
Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you, Mr. Fowler.
Right, he grabs a bottle and sort of stands up, knocking the table over, and almost tripping over it, and then so I'll be seeing you, and staggers off out the bar.
Has Benny made it back by now?
I would imagine as he's heading out the bar, he sort of meets Vinny coming in with his new haircut.
I'll be having a drink.
Do we actually notice any difference to his haircut?
Yes, he's done quite a good job actually. Yeah. So joins you at your table, pulls up a chair, takes a glass,
And tells you this mad story about the barber's wife.
I wonder if she was touched by the Reverend as well.
She was eating flies. Like a reptile.
I mean,
Nick.
Yeah, that doesn't sound great.
She was bobbing her head around like a reptile and then jumped on a snake.
And they... Is that not surprising to the other people?
You ever seen someone eat a fly before? It was surprising to me. The only other people in the barbers was the barber, and this was his wife and some old man sleeping. So there was no one else around to see it. And the barber acted like it was normal.
Oh. Okay.
Well, I don't know why she swallowed the fly.
It's not been wrote yet.
I think maybe we should speak to some of these people that Hill had mentioned. Maybe get an idea as to what's actually going on here. I mean,
Blacksmith. Talk to the blacksmith who was against it. Whatever he did to the blacksmith's wife.
Yes, we heard. Yeah, the blacksmith's wife.
He might be somebody to speak to.
Yeah, she's the one that has the skin condition, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So you and her and Jamie have all got something in common then?
No.
Well, we have to head back for evening meal. Maybe Mrs. Adams will give us some more information.
Mrs. Adams is quite struck with the Reverend.
Well,
Yeah, she loves
okay.
him.
We can find out maybe tomorrow some more information.
Yeah. All right. We even get to meet the Reverend tomorrow again. Perhaps she can answer some questions.
We've got the day ahead of us, though, to wander around, see people, check them out, check some of these stories out.
Yeah.
Examine them.
Use our medical knowledge to...
Vinny, the barber's wife, she look okay?
No.
Scales?
Well, did I notice scales? I'd never.
No, nothing like that. No, it's just a mannerisms.
Not acting
Really.
like a human. Our mannerisms were reptilian.
There's.
So,
Okay, well, back to time for food.
Yeah.
We don't want to upset me.
Yeah. I guess we'll head back to the hotel for the evening.